When the people don't have land, they settle for brands. They want Jesus Polo Sport and Obama again. My foresight is incredible. She pulled a foreskin back like it's edible. Democracy is just a simulation. The government, I just served over $1 billion. I'm loving it. She got light skin nipples, yeah, that's my favorite. Sean White looking like he working for the ages. Wish a white dude would tell me about black lives. Wasn't my choice when my parents got me baptized. Black oppression is a business. I see they wanna test me like the litmus. Well, I know we'll be fixing the EQ. I'm just waiting on the day I finally get me too. Cause a nigga did a lot of shit. They say I don't belong in politics.
Came in this bitch just to rip heads off. Check on your head, now you getting checked off.
Man, hold the fuck on, baby. Hold on. One time. Oh my God. Holy shit. Holy shit. Take it, Jack. Oh! Woo! Welcome back to the stream, baby. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How are you all living, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Shoes inside. This shoe's in the stew. This shoe's in the stew, man. Welcome back. It feels so good to be back on the stream. I was not here on Friday. I had a very special. I'm a special situations type of trader, and I had a special situation to attend. I had a graduation in the family, and I don't want to post any pictures because I don't want to dox any family members. But I had to take a day off. It happens. It's important. It's important. When you have a chance to go do some family shit, you got to go do some family shit. So I was in Virginia, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I did the Chris Camillo. I didn't pay any attention to Jack. Use this pick. I'm gonna tag Jack. Jack, use this. Omar K. Use this. I didn't pay any attention to the markets, and it was awesome. It was fucking awesome, but man, I missed it. I absolutely missed it so much, and is so happy to be back. So first and foremost, welcome back. Did you all miss me? Be honest. Did you all miss me? You don't have to lie if you didn't, but I just wonder like what people do when I don't stream. Like, what do you do when I don't have the Friday stream? I don't really know. I thought about you all weekend. I'm flattered because I thought about you too. Not you in particular, but like the idea of you as like a concept of a stream viewer. I was thinking about. So maybe you directly, maybe not. But man, it is so good to be back. I missed you. I appreciate you. I love you, and we have a fucking lot to talk about. Jackson Ray, welcome back to the stream. Thank you for the gifted. So it's funny. I was preparing for stream this morning, and I was talking to our team, and I was like, what's this? I'm trying to figure out like, what was this? You know, when we go over market close and we go over all the stocks, like what's the story of market close today? And I'm sitting here like, I don't even know what the story was. And then we're like, oh yeah, the market crashed on Friday, like really bad. And everybody's already forgot about it, which is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like, because I'm sitting here, I was watching the market. I'm sitting here at graduation, and you know how these graduations are, man. They are long. They are so long, and they're slow. And everybody's got to give a speech, and everybody's got to thank everybody. Okay? And by the way, they cannot help themselves at these graduation speeches. They talk about artificial intelligence. No booze. But AI got to mention multiple times. They don't even say AI anymore. They just say artificial intelligence. They look at you like this. Cannot help themselves. And there was an AI mention, of course. I mean, just get rid of it out of these graduation speeches. Like, just stop. Just stop, man. Just stop. There's absolutely no reason. It hits you in the middle of a speech talking about how you're going to go on to live a prosperous life, and it's going to be amazing. You have a whole world ahead of you. Oh, by the way, AI is going to change everything the world as you've known it. It will probably take your job, and it might ruin your life, but you have a bright life ahead of you. Like, it's like, just stop, man. And the speakers had an echo, so you couldn't even hear the speeches. I'm reading the captions, and she's talking about AI. It's like, just stop, just fucking stop. But anyways, I was watching the market a little bit, and it was a high school graduation. And I'm watching the market, and I'm watching it just get destroyed. And it's crazy. There wasn't even, I think the S&P closed down 2.5% on the daily on Friday. And that was the biggest red daily candle on the SPY for in duration of the war. Like, when Trump was threatening to nuke Iran and Kharg Island, we weren't even down 2.5 percentage points. And so it was crazy to watch, actually. And the crazier part, when you watch a dump like that on stocks versus a dump like that on crypto, is on stocks, I'm sitting here like, man, let's go. This looks juicy and yummy. I'm ready to buy. On crypto, it's like the world is over and it's never coming back, and all of this shit is useless. And I guess that's the difference of buying good stuff versus bad stuff. But look, we got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to cover. I have infinite topics. I haven't spoken in a while too, so my speech stamina is a little bit questionable. So bear with me today. We're going to get through it. We have a lot to cover. I have some new trade ideas. I've been really working on some trade ideas. I actually entered a trade that was up a lot today that is now red, but it's somewhere in the middle, which I'll talk about. And the other thing we missed on Friday was the fucking Zcash exploit. Man, oh my God. We're going to talk about that probably near the end of the stream, but that was unbelievable. The whole thing happened. I mean, we telegraphed it on stream. We were covering it the day before. Also, to everyone saying I look fresh, thank you. We were covering it the day before, verbatim, what happened with Tulip King. And I didn't even realize the significance of it. And I ended up shorting it. But I was a little bit out of it while it was happening. Like, something about trading on stream is really hard. Because I don't want to FOMO the viewers. And then I'm more focused on the content than the market. So it's hard for me to make a objective decision. And so I ended up binking some shorts on Zcash. You follow my wallet. I guess everyone follows my wallet at this point. But that was one of those you could have walked out with the bag and been done for the quarter type of opportunities. That was a special situations, event driven, rare spot that the market doesn't know how to price chaos fast, and you could walk out with the bag. I had an opportunity to be done for the quarter. I really did. I did. I had an opportunity to be done for the quarter, and I didn't because I was just like a little bit out of it. But these situations arise, and oh my God, are we gonna hit so many of them? On that note, we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to get into. You got out at the right time in the long. By the way, yes, I fucking did. Yes, I did. Yes, the fuck I did. I sold multiple six-figure Zcash long at $526. And everyone came in the stream the next day when it was up 5% and said, threadguy, how does it feel that you sold the bottom? Not threadguy, how does it feel that you just binked, multi six-figure P&L? You did it in public on a crypto token. When everything's down only, you called the mini alt run. You did it on stream. You updated your thesis every day for 3 weeks publicly with size while everyone tracked it and everyone talked about it, and you closed it in the green on a big trade. You walked out, doubled your perps book. Nobody said that. All anybody wanted to say was, how do you feel that it's up 5%? Okay? And I said, guys, if you're in the pit, you know. If you're not, I don't care. That's the reality. If you're in our Twitch chat, you know, and if you're not, I don't care about you. You mean nothing to me. You're completely insignificant to my life. Our people are our people, and that's what we do. And speaking of our people, roll call, baby. Who's here? Spicy Meatball, what's good? Blind Gray, what's good? D-Nap, what's good? Greg, what is good? Aram, what's good? Kevin, what's good? Jackson, Wavy, I see you. Agent, Caleb, Russ, Defluge, Early, Zaru, ZP, Biblet, Crypto, what's good? Tulip King, First Chatter, Visuals, FV, welcome, brother. Welcome. High Rated, that's a funny name. I can't read that out loud. I don't know if that's like TOS. Hippie, First Chatter, welcome. 4Q, First Chatter, welcome. Chris, welcome. Teo, welcome. Tyler Davis in the flesh. What's good, brethren? Kenny, what's good? Twibble, what's good? In character, what's good? Teo, what is good? Defluge, what is good? Tom Brady, XBT, what's good? Laboom, what is good? Sheer accuracy, First Chatter. W's for my first chatters. There's a bunch. Where'd y'all come from? Where are y'all coming from? G-Man, what's good? Nando, what is good? Let me get a pink link. I got something better for you, but you got to wait till the end of the stream. I got something better. Well, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. You're a grown man. It's not better, but it's better than no pit. It's better than no link. Okay? It's definitely not better, but it's better than no link. I'm not going to lie to you. You're grown. You could sniff this stuff out. I'm not going to tell you Santa Claus is real. Clayboy Cardi, what's good? But I got something better that I can share more frequently. Also, if you're watching on YouTube and Twitter and you'd like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. Suits daily thing, at least for now. Okay? Which is awesome. So shout out to that. Jack, also let me know when you make the tweet. I'm gonna retweet your little thing. All right, I had some tragedy. We have a couple minutes before the market closes to talk about. Number one is so I have an event to go to tonight, like a real it's like a billionaire party, nothing crazy, just like some billionaires hanging out. And, they invited me to the stream, some finance billionaires. And so I have plans for tonight, okay? But tonight is the NBA Finals, Game 3 in New York, and I really wanted to go. I really, 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 really wanted to go. But tickets are like 15 bands, okay? Like to sit in the bleeders, 15 bands. And I'm sitting here like, man, I am super super, super open to spending money. A couple things I'm down to spend money on. All of them are IRL experiences. Uber Black, I'll always do it. Uber Eats, I'll always do it. Tickets, I'll always do it. I'm just down. I don't really care that much about clothes, although I do have a Dapper suit on. I don't really do watches, although I did buy a new watch. I don't really do shoes, although I did buy these new Golden Gooses. But I don't really generally speaking, I don't really do like a lot of, you know what I mean? Like I don't really do a lot of this like hedonistic ideas. Okay. But I'm sitting here and I'm like, dude, I need to go to this game. Like I have absolutely got to find a way to go to this game. And so last night I'm laying in bed, doom scrolling. By the way, top on doom scrolling, but I am doom scrolling and I get a phone call from like an old boss of mine and he calls me on the phone and I'm like, fuck, why is he calling me? Like it's late. He's on the East Coast. Why is he calling me? And I pick up the phone and he says, look, I got an opportunity for you. I'm like, all right, what do you got? He said, look, I'm selling a Knicks ticket for tomorrow. Way under market. I need to sell it like ASAP. And I'm like, no way. How much? And he's like, $3K. I'm like, how good's the ticket? He's like, it's in the hundreds. What's face value? Face value is 18. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Really? Can I bring Malcolm? Just one? And he's like, dude, just one. It's just one. You're the first person I called. And I got you. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. But I'm sitting here in my head. I'm thinking about, dude, I have this event. I have to go to this event. And so I text the company chat and I need like, I mean, I got handlers, bro. I need permission from somebody. Everybody's asleep. So I'm in the chat and I'm like, guys, do you think I can go to this? Malcolm, nowhere to be found. Tulip King refuses the answer. I'm spamming. I'm tagging everybody. Can I skip the event? Can I skip the event? It's the finals. Can I skip the event? Can I skip the event? Can I skip the event? 10 minutes pass. Finally, DNAP comes in the chat and he's like, I'm going to be honest. If it was me, I'm fucking going. And I'm like, bet. I'm going. And I text him back 12 minutes later. 12 minutes later. But so when I hung up the phone, I said, dude, I can't commit now, but I knew you can't hold it for me to games tomorrow, but I'll get back to you in 10 minutes. He's like, all right. 12 minutes later, I text him back and I say, I'm in. A couple minutes go by, no response. I'm like, Apple Pay, Zelle, what do you want? Like, I got you right now. A couple minutes. I could do crypto. A couple minutes. I actually have cash, by the way. A couple more minutes. I can write a check. A couple more minutes. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go to bed. You know, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm tired. It's 12:30, but I'm going to wake up. I'm going to wake up to a Knicks ticket. And so I was sleeping like a kid on Christmas. Trump's going to be there. Timothy Chalamet is going to be there. Maybe the actress from Obsession is going to be there. I'm sleeping like a baby. I'm like, it's, you know, IRL events are on top, bottom on alcohol. Like all my theses are coming to play. And I'm an NBA fan. Like everything I've ever believed. Madison Square Gardens, a public stock, mega church trade, Formula One. I'm just thinking about like how I'm going to have, you know, ground floor information on the IRL trade and the long events. And I'm just like, I'm doing it, man. Everyone else is thinking they're long at events, but I'm about to buy the ticket. I'm about to be there. I'm about to do field research. I'm going to know who, I'm really going to understand the consumer. And so I go to sleep and I wake up at 3 a.m. like a kid on fucking Christmas and I'm ready. Usually I don't check my phone. I only check my phone in the middle of the night when I have positions open. I have no positions open, but I have a ticket waiting for me. And I roll over and that fluorescent light hits me right in the face. I have a little tan. I don't know if you could tell because my shirt's tan. I have a little bit of a tan going and it hits me right in the face. And my green eyes and my tan skin are glistening in the iPhone light. And I have an iMessage noti and I click it and the first message, I'm so excited. And I look over and I read it. And sorry, I missed you by 2 minutes. The ticket's already sold. Man. Missed you by 2 minutes. It's sold. Yeah. 2 minutes. And so this is what you get when you hesitate, man. The world is brutal to hesitation, man. Brutal. You hesitate and the world just wants you to die. Okay, so Game 3, the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden, my only opportunity to go with Donald Trump in attendance and the Secret Service. I could have met the Secret Service. No go. So instead, I'm gonna have to go watch it at a party, and I should have just bought it. I should have just bought it. There's a lesson in here somewhere. I don't know exactly what it is, but the whole company's asleep at midnight. I don't know if that's good or bad. 3K is nothing. I don't know what the fuck market you're trading, but what do you mean 3K is nothing? It's $3,000. That's $100 bills, brother. So, anyways, that's my story. I missed out on the Knicks, and I'll be watching it on TV, man. I would have pulled up it. I saw this really funny tweet, by the way, and it was like this guy DMs this girl on Twitter, and his intro is, "Do you have $12,000? Do you have $12,000 to spend on a Knicks ticket so we can go on a date?" So good, so fucking good. Anyways, the market's closing in a couple minutes. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to cover. We have a lot to get into. I'm gonna yap for a couple minutes first. One of my topics today is obviously gonna be IRL events. And I don't know why you hesitated. IRL events. And I don't know if my timeline is different than your guys' is. And I understand that Formula One is a rich sport, and Monaco in particular brings out the wealth. But something about F1 Monaco this year, to me, was showing wealth on my timeline on just a different level. It was on a different level. I've never seen anything like it. I feel like so many people have so much money. It's unbelievable. It's seriously unbelievable how it has played out. I mean, so many people have so much money. It's unbelievable. And then I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I'm like, man, inflation is bad, but there is no way inflation is on par with the M2 money supply going up only. I mean, I'm seeing these videos of yachts that have cars on the yachts. So it's like a $10 million yacht, and it's the equivalent of putting like a Labubu on a purse. It's like you have an expensive purse, expensive Labubu. You have expensive yacht, expensive car on top. And so here's my here's my Bugatti on my boat. It's like a Labubu for yachts. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. And so I don't know, like I'm not traditionally like a celebrity guy, but I found myself pretty invested in this whole like Kim Kardashian, Lewis Hamilton thing. I don't know. I just have. And so I was following Monaco pretty close. And the thesis I'm going to get to when we get to IRL events is that there's infinite ways to make money. They're creating infinite ways to make money. There always will be a new asset class, a new hustle, a new idea, a new concept, a new business, a new startup, a new company. But there's a finite amount of IRL events. There's only one US Open. There's only one NBA Finals. There's only one F1 Monaco. Like, there's only you can't like create new IRL events. And this is going to be a mega trend. And I'm getting ready to trade this. I'm getting ready to put a trade on this. So that is that. Number 2 is really quick. This is important. This has implications. I don't entirely know what they are, but is anyone familiar with Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby? Okay, there was a pretty big ruling that just happened in the world of college football, which is Brendan Sorsby was a quarterback at Texas Tech, and he's big time quarterback, like 3, 4, 5 million NIL a year type of quarterback, big time QB, probably top 10 college football quarterback. I don't follow college football that closely, but I know enough ball. And he bet, I think, 50 bets over the course of the 25 season, which is the instant. You bet on sports as a player, and you're done. Pete Rose isn't in the Hall of Fame. Terry Rozier's in jail. Jonte Porter is banned from the league. Like, it's a no fucking go if you bet on sports. Yes, he bet for his team to win, but irrelevant. He bet. And a judge in, I think, Texas just ruled him eligible to return and play college football, which I think is a massive mistake, man. I think it's a huge mistake. And look, I'm a trader full time, so I don't look down on sports bettors. And I also think that the league is responsible for allowing and forcing sports betting in a way. It's like if you're going to force sports betting, it's kind of a tough to the players can't bet. They don't get any of the proceeds from this thing. But maybe they should get like a percentage, like a royalty if they get bet on, or like the team should get a royalty. I don't know exactly. Should be some sort of rev split. Regardless, allowing him to continue to play college football, I think, is a massive mistake. And it sets a horrible precedent where sports are just going to be everyone's betting. They're all betting. They all got money to bet. They all got NIL. They all got money to bet. And I think this is a huge deal that they allow this to go on. So it's a massive can of worms. Before, this was an instant ban hammer. You're done. And the league has changed. Brendan Sorsby is eligible to continue playing college football. How many bets did he make? He made a lot. It wasn't that much. I think he bet like 50K, give or take. 9,000 bets. That's unbelievable. How many sports bets have you made in your life? 9,000 bets, totaling more than $90,000. 9,000 bets. I mean, he's trading like Trump. He's betting on every. I mean, he's betting every game. He's betting on every prop. He's betting on par. I mean, that's unbelievable. 9,000 bets. And so, look, I think it's better if you bet for your team to win, but then you got spreads, you got over unders. It's not clean enough. They could maybe do some rule where you could only bet win lose or something. Win for your team, bet win, but it's too messy. It's a fucking fine line. And I don't know. Does this mean platforms that allow sports betting get pumped from this? There's maybe like a back end mega church type of trade that comes with this. I don't entirely know. Does DraftKings go up as a result? It's actually a good question. Did DraftKings go up today? It probably should have. No, it's down today. So it's fascinating that happened. And then last thing I want to cover, last intro clip, and then we're gonna do market close, is I'm calling the top on doom scrolling. Let me ask you a question before I play this clip, and we'll do market close. Do your screen time on Reels, Shorts, and TikTok higher or lower than a year ago today? Higher or lower than a year ago today? I saw this clip. It was pretty depressing. Mine's lower. Mine is definitely lower. Clip kind of depressed me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that's because I don't like to do anything. I like to rot in my house. Because I hate doing anything, to be honest with you. I don't like video games. I don't like doing things. I don't like anything. I like to sit in my house all day and do nothing. Okay, that's what I like to do. I'm just being honest. Doing things, I hate things.
Things up only. We're going to trade this shit too. I'm going to fucking trade this shit. I also hate doing things, but it's good for your soul. You feel good when you do things. You feel good when you do things. And this is CL quote tweeted this. I'll read this real quick. We'll do market close. This clip is like the ideal mental state the powerful algorithm wants us to be in. Okay? Kat has mentioned this before. An ideal algorithm for maximum shareholder profits. It's an algorithm that makes everything else other than itself, such as going outside, seem boring or even scary. Bottom on things, bottom on IRL events, bottom on activities, and bottom on the risk assets I hold. Because it is 4:10, 10 minutes after market close, and we have a new segment to do, and you already know what that means. And we're going to talk about market. All right. You know. What are you up on? What are you down on? What are you buying? What are you selling? What are you looking to enter? What are you looking to exit? What do you like? What do you hate? What do you have cash in? What did you make profits on? What do you have losses on? What do you like? What do you like? Beep, boop. What are you into? What are you into? Beep, boop. Galaxy up. Interesting. Long Zcash on hype over the weekend. Binked Apple at the high. Long or short? Long hype and near. Long Cerebrus. Long up. Dipped quick though. Yeah, that was a weird trade. We'll talk about it today. They announced Siri AI. It's not going well. Short MSTR, long Marvell. I'm also long Marvell. Speaking about experiences, what about Live Nation? It's on the list. Long alts, of course you are. That's why I'm short. I'm short Binance Life. What the fuck? How? What else? What else? Up 50% on bot. I really like that trade. I like bot. I'm into that. What else? What else? I did calls on stretch because I figured to go back to 100. Long thread guy Taylor Wolf. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. First chatter. Give that brother some W's. Long Reddit and MSTR bot buys doing good. GME. Who listened to Andrew Kang interview? I'm curious if you liked it. Did you say Andrew Kang is gonna get a humanoid robot to do the bot bell ring? New York Stock Exchange. That's cool. You have matching 6-2. What do you mean? Thought of opening a bot position after that post from the intern guy. We'll watch that today. Lighter's holding nice. It was a good interview. Thank you. 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 Railgun. Long rat spec. I don't even know what that is. What's good? What's good? What else do y'all like? What else do you want me to cover? What are you maybe looking to enter? Long per. Long Oracle. Greg, are you still long Oracle? I like knowing positions everyone, and it's kind of fun. Socks. Yeah, I do have matching socks. I take this shit very seriously. Taylor, thank you for the gifted. I appreciate that. Thank you for the gifted. Thank you for the gifted. Oracle is killing me. Is it down? I haven't really paid attention. Not that I haven't paid attention, but you think I should tweet this? Suit on stream every day. Day one. Spotlighter. What else? Subbed Thread and Raspberry in the last week. It's time. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's a big step forward. Long Life MD. Silly Long Nebius. What are those peasant shoes, brother? Those are fucking golden goose. Gray goose? What's gray goose? Bought up only since the Thread Guy interview. Jenny BTC entry. All right. Let's do it. Anything else? Last call. You can call tickers out when we get to them as well. You already know the drill. You know how we do this. You know how we cover what we cover on the stream. All right, market close. Coming in first and foremost, the SPX closes up 0.3%. There was a nasty Friday close. It was very gross. Friday close. It was disgusting. It was a really good day to take off. Everybody was freaking out and they're like, Thread Guy picked a bad day to be off stream. I would take the other side of that equation, and I would say I picked the best possible day to be off stream was Friday. I didn't want to, there was nothing to do. I had no positions. I was all cash, and I was sitting at a graduation loving my life, which you don't usually love your life at graduation, but I definitely did. And so we get a decent little recovery, but it was not the strongest. It definitely opened greener than it closed. And that's the SPX down 0.3, SPY down 0.23, comes in at 739.26. The Dow 5791 down 0.16. The NASDAQ 100, that had a strong day, up 2 full percentage points. The Cosby had a brutal kind of PA. It was circuit breaker down last night, and then recovered a little bit, and then basically is back to breaker lows. Jensen, the NVIDIA CEO, is on tour right now in South Korea, and he is running the Trump pumper playbook like no other right now. I mean, he is going fucking hard. And it was a pretty brutal day in South Korea. Is anyone long Hynix, Samsung? You got to mark Jez's entry for content. What's Jez's entry? I don't even know what Jez's entry is. What is he? What is he entered? On Zcash or what? I don't remember Jez being long South Korea. Zeke on later. Okay, we'll get there. But it was a little bit scary, I think, for semis, is seeing SK and Samsung and the cause like South Korea get crushed first. It's probably not the strongest signal that you want to see. But just as this goes up, it will go down and vice versa. So that's down 8.3% on his last trading day. The Russell 2000 up 1.5. The Qs up 1.5. That had a strong day. The SOX semi ETF, that's up 6 full percentage points. Monster, absolute monster. At current prices, it is only down 8% from all-time highs. It was down as much as 13%. I should actually add that Robinhood thing to our stocks. Let me go ahead and do that right now. Let's actually take a look at it right now. Robinhood holdings. I think Amit tweeted it. Top 10 holdings on Robinhood is Ford, Nvidia, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, AMD, Palantir, and Meta. Not bad. Why Ford? Who's buying? Why is Ford? Is that like a index thing? What's going on there? This is not super intimidating to me. This is pretty relatively clean. It's not like it's Samsung, or it's not like it's SanDisk, Marvell, and Micron. This is relatively clean. Oh, they give you free Ford shares. Got it. I didn't know that. That doesn't seem to scare me too much. Chat, do you hold anything on this list? This is kind of what I would expect if I were to guess. Maybe, yeah, Meta's on here. I was going to say Meta. Palantir is funny. Of course it's on there. Yeah, nothing surprising except for Ford. What's your plan in SpaceX? I don't know yet, but we will talk about it, of course. So semi ETF or index, excuse me, is up 6%. The worst coin of all time, the IGV, that is down a whopping 0.2%. And then the IBB, which is a new add onto our list, is the iShares Biotechnology ETF. Has Lilly and a bunch of other bio stocks, which we seem to think are interesting. That is down 0.9%. Moving on, cryptocurrency. Yeah, not great. Bitcoin 63.1. Who has a directional position on Bitcoin right now? Long, shorts, spot. Who has what? I need to know where we are at. Long, I'm short, flat, fake out pump right. I mean, it's not much of a fake out pump. Sold all mine when Sailor did. What do I have to say about this? Interesting spot on Bitcoin. In a lot of ways, I think Sailor made the worst decision possible, which was selling just a little bit of BTC. Because he did not get to test any liquidity on this thing whatsoever. He did not get to see how much he can actually sell. He sort of just scared potential buyers, scared MicroStrategy holders, scared Bitcoin holders, and ripped the Band-Aid without actually putting in the wound. And so in a lot of ways, you got to look at this and think to yourself, that was a really dumb decision by Sailor. He should have just sold $2 million. I think there's another side of this equation that you could convince yourself makes Bitcoin an interesting trade here, which is that, for one, at 59K yesterday, 2 days ago, the bull case was that the number one holder was going to come out in 2 days and he was going to announce that he sold $2 billion, and that was the bull case. People were ready to bid on that news, that the number one holder is selling 10-figure clips, which makes sense. But if you really sit back and think about what I just said, it's sort of a ridiculous thought that would be why you would buy, is that that's happening. And so in a way, it's sort of healing that Sailor sells nothing. He actually bought, and then we pump on that news because it's the opposite of what people wanted or thought was going to happen. There's another way to think about it, which is that it's kind of scary that this selling in a straight red drill line was Sailor buying. Was that? That is not super encouraging. I mean, who was that? Who was selling in there? Who was selling? I had been convinced that there was a lot of longs from this area that were riding the stretch bid that needed to get wiped out and to get tested. But this one was pretty gnarly. I mean, that was wild. It was trading like a bundle. And so now we're in this really weird spot where I think nobody really knows what to do. Most of the timeline is just, they're calling it Sailor Derangement Syndrome, SDS, is convinced that Sailor is going to blow up and he has to blow up. The other half is convinced that because everyone's convinced Sailor has to blow up, he's not going to blow up, and he is intentionally accumulating more Bitcoin at lows. He's smarter than what people think. It's playing 4D chess, and he's the beach ball underwater, and he's forcing it underwater. I'm going to do nothing, is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do everything in my power to spend time talking about Sailor. I have a couple articles to read, and we're going to figure out what the trade is here. But I'm down to buy, you know, way higher if we must. I'm down to buy way higher on BTC if we must, because this is not the trade. These are not the type of trades that I make money. Okay? These are just not where I make money. I am not good at buying distressed assets at very low prices and stepping in and buying bottoms. I'm not a bottom buyer. I've always been a top guy. So that's where I'm at with BTC. I don't have a ton to add to the discussion yet. We'll get to the Sailor topic later in the stream. But at current prices, we are just going to be stuck in no man's land, I think, for a little while. Now, one that is very interesting here is Hyperliquid. I think looks really, really, really good. This yellow line is previous all-time high, and it's printing a clean bounce. Now, this fractal could get a little bit scary where you could overlay this ZEC chart, and you see this, and you could get a little bit of afraid on how this pattern is playing out here. However, the Zcash one was obviously what we will call a special situation. So I really like Hyperliquid here. I really do like Hyperliquid here. Citrini put out a really interesting post of he called it the non-custodial anecdote to FTX's failure. But there is some discussion amongst all these posts about the bridge, and please, God, do not allow Mythos to fuck with Hyperliquid at all. Don't let Mythos fuck with Hyperliquid, because that would be a complete catastrophe. But that's not even something I'm really going to think about right now. I think Hype looks really good. I think I had a nice little bounce. I don't have a position. I rage sold on Friday along with everything else. I sold Marvel at 300. I sold Hype at basically this price on the way down. I sold Zcash that I held. I sold VVV. I sold everything on Friday because I was just like, fuck this shit. And I'm maybe down to re-enter at some point higher. But for now, I do not have a position in Hype, but I think it looks good. And it is remained very exciting as the bright spot for crypto. Outside of that, we have Zcash, we have VVV, we have Near on our big majors alts. I think does anyone hold Zcash long? That's what I want to know. Okay. Number one, I just got done reading this chapter in More Money Than God, and there's a event-driven special situations hedge fund that it was this Yale fund. It was like a Yale family office I just read about. And it's a fascinating read. And I think you get these setups. You know, on Thursday stream, I talked about like the 4 levels of trading after the Andrew Kang interview. And, you know, there's like the board trades. There's the like headline or like, what's the like catalyst driven trades. There's like the long-term spot. And there's like some of these like venture thematic home runs. And I think you get these God tier special situation trades. Like it seems like every 2-3 weeks. And like a couple ones that come to top of mind is Trump IBM Dell, Jensen Marvell, Hyperliquid CFTC, legalized perps, and Zcash exploit. That trade is an unbelievable. That was an unbelievable trade. Did anyone make money on the Zcash short because you were watching Tulip King's interview on Wednesday or our stream on Thursday? That to me is a rare one. You get that every 3 weeks to a month where, wow, a lot of people made money on it. Round trip though, yeah. Yes, because of stream. Damn, a lot of people printed on stream. Short from 450 to 268. Oh my God. I made 25K. Good for you, man. Made 6 figs. Damn. You made 6 figs. That was a 6-fig opportunity. I think you really get those spots once a month, maybe once every 3 weeks. And there's such unique spots because there's no real way to price in the mania that comes with it. So I did take action. I made I had a short of 500 and I was on stream and it was hard for me to really pay attention, and so I sold it real quick. Didn't really make much. And then I ended the stream and then I traded it twice and I banked it for, well, it's public. I think I made 18K as Zcash shorts. I was a little bit annoyed because it could have been a monster, and we were like, we were the earliest community to this in crypto. Like we were the first people to talk about the Zcash short. We were the first people to talk about it. And I almost think we were too early to realize how bad it was, because I mean, it's a private coin that is potentially exploited. I mean, it was like the most nuclear possible announcement that could have happened. And so I almost think that sometimes you're too early to these type of things. But it got me excited from the mindset of, was one of your best trades, congrats. It got me excited from the mindset of like, man, you could only go spot long on stuff you believe in. Like you could have hyperliquid longs on spot that are super comfy that you don't think about that much. And then you could have these special situation slams where the market doesn't know how to price such a drastic change in narrative so fast. Then think about how long it took people to adapt to the announcement on Zcash exploit. Another one is, think about how long it took DeFi to go down after the Mythos announcement. There's another spot there. That's a special situations, right? It's like, I think Will Dupree, is it from OpenAI? Do I have this tweet? No, I don't have the tweet. I do have the tweet. Let me actually read this tweet because I think it's worth reading. Here he is. He tweets, I feel pretty stupid for not shorting crypto as a whole given AI cyber capabilities. Like you should be short an industry incredibly vulnerable to hacks the day the Hack Machine 9000 is announced. Maybe Leopold got this one too. Really, really, really cool tweet because he's right. Jumbo Hamster, welcome. First shout out. Give that brother some W's. And so I really thought about the Zcash one, and it's I want to move my trading style more into this spot because I actually think we are inclined to hit these a lot. Think about the other spots. It's kind of like mega church, but a little bit more of a swing idea, or like a little bit more direct. Think about what we did with hymns. That was a special situation, like event-driven type of trade. I think about what we did with oil the first time. That was a special situations. Nobody knows how to trade it. Nobody knows how to trade a drastic change of narrative that happens really fast because it hits you in the fucking face. And all of these really smart people, sophisticated funds and traders that have, and analysts that have these models and that have a way to price it and that have figured out this forced forward-looking thought process, it completely goes out the window, right? It doesn't matter how you've underwritten Zcash. If there's a potential exploit, the whole thing just goes out the window because it just becomes human emotion, right? Like how is it able to do this right here? How are you able to go from 389 and then drill 250 and then rip it right back. Well, it's just human emotion crushing it out. And so I am super excited about this idea. Like I just like it's like feels like an evolution of the trading idea that we've had before of Megachurch. And I was really satisfied with my Marvell trade. I actually re-entered it. I'm down a little bit. I entered it today. But I think I want to get more into this scenario where I completely eliminate board trades and I really focus on these like event-driven special situations type of spots where it's like panic in the streets. Sailor sold. There you go. You had time. I mean, you had Sailor sells Bitcoin on, and you have time. You had time to enter. These are the least, I think these are the least efficient trades in the market because there's no algo that knows what to do. It's very similar to like an earnings beat too, where they like go down, the earning announcements, like these things are hard to price in because all the smart sharps haven't had weeks to digest it and to sit with it. And so the Zcash thing really opened my eyes where I'm like, man, we could just, this is very repeatable. Like we could really, Sailor was another spot. Sailor was another spot where you had so much time to sell Bitcoin after the announcement of Sailor. And so this is the reason these spot, another one would have been like eBay GME. eBay pumped to like 117. The buyout was 125. The book that I read, their whole bit was, you know, there'd be a acquisition announcement and it would get within 5% of the buyout price. And then you have to do basically figure out a calculation of how likely is this merger to go through. And you underwrite it either direction based on whether or not you think it's going to go through because no one else knows how to price this shit. It's just like, so it's the Pavel Durov tweeting Ton and then it going up like hours later. These spots exist everywhere and we don't need to, events driven. There's like a sick one every 2 weeks, maybe less. And I want to trade all of them. So I also thought about doing VC for market open in the pit today. I didn't do it, but Apple AI was one today. That was not a fun one. But it's very interesting. It's a good way to think. Anyways, I think until further notice, Zcash narrative is completely fried. If you're in longs, be careful. I think the narrative is completely just not. This is maybe a cheeky little long it could have taken, but I have no interest in buying this thing. Absolutely zero interest in buying Zcash longs at this point. So, anyways, other crypto majors, ETH 1682, disgusting, absolutely horrid. How much did I make on what? Absolutely. Did you see Garrett Jensen's new boat? Yeah, Garrett, man, made 13 mil on Zcash short, but he also lost 15 on Bitcoin, but only down 2M is impressive on that trade. We are now down like 20% since David Hoffman publicly sold. Now, to be fair, he put it all in Zcash, but at least he doesn't hold ETH. And then I think the worst one of the bunch is Solana is retesting this level. It's flipped it to resistance and it does not look good. It got as low as $60 on Solana. Does anybody have a position on Sol? Very, very scary on Solana. I must admit. Also, there's a lot of people on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitter, and you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. What's this TradFi thing? Quantinuum insiders purchase combined 24 million in shares. Whoa. That is wild. Also, Tom Lee did some serious buying. I think $250 million today. Price doesn't move. And Kyle Samani's down $1 billion in some change. Anyways, moving on. Stretch is at 96. Chart was horrid. This thing got as low as $90. Let's do a quick check in. I don't think they got to buy any. No recent filings. Okay. Bond yields up across the board. VVV will cover that one with regular alts. Okay, metals, Chads, where are you? Gold flat on the day, 43.27. Silver looks pretty bad, 68 flat. And then the one I'm the most interested in that still is chopping, wants to do something, isn't ready to do something yet, is copper. Who has a copper position open? 63.7 on copper. 637, excuse me, on copper long. I would like to long above 6.6. but it doesn't really want to Chamoth. It doesn't really want to participate, but it feels like you get this cyclical AI bottleneck mania on copper at some point. I'm surprised it hasn't come. I mean, it sort of has, but not. You didn't really get the meme coin blow off the top that I think a lot of people were expecting to come on copper. All right, moving on. Oil, crude comes in 91.36 a barrel, up 1% today. Brent 93.34 a barrel, up 1.74% today. I trade most of it on hyper liquid. Palantir, only defense that's green. It has printed a pretty gross chart, up 0.69, and then everything else defense is red, 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 red. All right, what everybody's here for. Big AI, semis, a little bit of SAS, a little bit of mags, a little bit of everything in between. First and foremost, Cerebras has a monster day. It's up 18% today. Why? Carbs. No, Cerebras. OpenAI cloud deal powering Cerebras stock higher. So cloud deal with OpenAI, and after Cerebras dubbed an NVIDIA rival, saw its share price nearly half 3 weeks following the IPO. Wall Street's analysts collectively called it a buy. It's printed an interesting chart. It looks not great, but I don't know, above 267. There's all this 269. All of a sudden, it starts to look pretty good. If it somehow can regain this, it's how far off. I don't really know much about Cerebras, but it's kind of a fun new hot stock, and I like fun new hot stocks. Up to 12% off that interesting level. Sive, that's up back to $90. Shout out to Serenity. Robo Strategy is a monster. Daily gainer like 3 days in a row. It's up 11.4%. Is officially up 47% since Andrew Kang announced he is the CEO of RoboStrategy. It's up about 20% since I interviewed him. And I'm going to be honest, guys. I will look at Apple very soon. I think the RoboStrategy play is very interesting because I got pretty excited about it. I didn't make a trade, but I got pretty excited about it because I think there is infinite demand for the robotics exposure. There's really no way to get it, at least at the moment. And now there's the MNAV stuff, of course, but it's sort of like a robotics bottleneck, if you will. And he said this thing on the stream that really got me excited, which was that the market cap for all of Pokemon cards is $50 billion. The market cap for all of these robotics companies, these not counting Optimus, Tesla, but like Figure and all of these companies is $200 billion. 4x off Pokemon cards doesn't sound right. And so we'll see. I haven't done anything with it. Does anyone hold a position in this? I enjoyed the interview, man. I enjoyed the interview. I think he's very smart. Like they put together a sick team and they have a unique thesis. I think they really understand what, yeah, good ticker. Like I think they get it. I really think they get it. So Intel up 12%. It is still definitively below the Trump P&L screenshot, which is interesting to see. Micron is up 81% since the Air Mass entry, up 10% today. Marvell, I re-entered Marvell. I bought some, then I bought a little bit more higher. Down after market close. No real thesis on this. Maybe this is me falling into my trap of being bored, and I should stick to special situations. But I don't know, man. So I sold it on Friday at 300. It was a good trade, 5-figure trade. I entered on the Jensen buy at 256, and then I've re-entered at like 294, maybe. I don't know. My wallet's public 294 because I don't know. They got the S&P 500 inclusion, I think, on Saturday. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, so Marvell Technology jumps up to 9% in pre-market after news that will join the S&P 500 index, which is a big deal, man. I mean, it's just you get the passive flows. You get huge passive flows, and so that was a cool little pump that it got. And I don't know, it feels like everything was down. I wanted to get a little risk exposure, and I started bidding. So I don't have any real thesis. Maybe it's a board trade for me. So if you're tailing me, be very careful. I'm just kind of flipping in and out. But that's Marvell. ASML up 5, SanDisk up 5, AOSL, the D Gill stock, that's up 5, AMD up 5, Tesla up 5, up a lot from the pit average short. Is anyone still short Tesla? I'd be careful, but you maybe was a decent trade if you hunted these if you hunted this bounce, is a decent one. You just have the SpaceX merger coming up, which the potential for SpaceX merger I think is very, very, very scary. Very, very, very scary. Rocket Lab up 3. Broadcom up 3 after almost destroying the fucking market, man. It's down how much off ATH? Almost destroyed the market. It's down 20 full percent. It almost destroyed the market. Nvidia up 2. Dell up 2. Nokia up 1.5. QCOM up 1. Redwire Space up 1. Firefly Space up 1. Oracle down 1, Cloudflare down 1, Microsoft down 1.2, Google down 1.25, Meta down 1.3. On news they will be diluting. Apple down 2% and printing a pretty nasty candle after their WWDC. Yeah, pretty bad closes across the board. This is down 5. From ATH. Adobe down 3, Bloom Energy down 4, and then Virgin Galactic holding SPCE, that's down 6. Moving on to a couple of our more fun consumer names. Enhanced Games up 40% today. Why? No way anyone here holds this. No news, it seems. Hinted at they got a sell side upgrade. Nice. KOL. I ran up, that's up 10. Coinbase up 6. MicroStrategy up 6. Hims is up 4. IBKR is up 3. Robinhood, that's up 3. Robinhood chart looks decent. Rivian up 3. SoFi up 3. Lululemon up 3. Circle up 3. GME up 2. Ferrari up 1.3. Biggest losers, Nebius down 4, Figma down 3, DoorDash down 3, Snapchat down 2. Pusa down 1.5. Real quick check-in on altcoins. Don't mind if I do. Galaxy, that is up 22% today. Crazy. Parachain, second leading gainer. That's about enough for me to click off. Zcash is, wow, printing a nice 466. Would you look at that? Maybe a short entry if you hate it. Ton up 4. Jito's the other one that I think looks pretty good. Does anyone have Jito exposure? I would like to cover this actually. It's up 2.3 today. And looks pretty interesting actually on JTO. Jess is up 250K on Zcash long. Wow. Mogged my position. Really quick on chain check-in cards at 45. Neat, that's at 25. Scam Altman, 200K. Utia, 20 mil. Troll, 77. A little bit of a bounce across the board on memes, but nothing too notable to write home. All right, let's check in on our favorite traders. And then we have some important topics to cover. Hyperdash. Number 1 is Loracle. Is now down up 2.3. Nice. He's up almost 5 million on his Zcash long. Down $1 million on Hype long. Down 230K on Near long. Up 275 on World long. Down 200 on Ton long. Down 400 on Aster long. Down 138 on Monero long. And up 17 on Tesla short. And then Garrett Jin, who closed Zcash, I believe, for plus $13 million P&L, only has Bitcoin long open. That's on $16 million on this position. It's crazy. Down 16 million on this trade here. Wow. Wow. And last but not least, can you link Jez's lighter wallet? Could somebody do that really quick? I want to look at Jez and then we'll move on into topics. We have a lot of topics. Can anyone link me Jez? If you don't mind. Let's look if I can find a lighter. Is a lighter XYZ? He's long on HL. Let's see. Hyperdash. Jez.eth. Let me see if I can find it. No. What's the address? Thank you. Let's see. Here's Jez. All-time P&L is 2.2 mil. Whoa. He's long Zcash on 10x lev from 425. He's currently up. Damn, this mogs my trade. He's currently up 250,000 United States dollars. That's a lot of size on 10x. My God, 300K margin. This is a sick wallet. Earmarker high on this was 5.7 mil P&L. It's currently up 2.2, and he has 250K unrealized on Zcash. Very impressive, to say the least, Mr. Jez. All right, we have a lot of topics that I want to talk about today. We're going to just rip through some stuff. And the first thing that I want to talk about is crypto before we do war and oil. And I want to talk about what I believe to be the most atrocious, disgusting, disaster, mistake, waste of work, effort, and announcement coming out of Pump Fund on their new Pump Fund Go. Pay anyone to do anything. I have an idea. I think I know what would save Pump Fund. And I'm going to be honest. I pitched to our company today on a team call a strategy to go activist and save Pump Fund. But I'm gonna pitch it to you. I'm going to pitch it to you. You tell me what you would think if this would get Pump Fund back to all-time highs. And I don't know. Maybe we become fucking activists. But I'm going to get up real quick. I'll be back in 30 seconds. I got to fill up my water because we have to lock in. Get your drinks ready. Get your teas. We have a lot to cover today. It's going to start with Pump Fund. We're going to go to war and oil. We're going to talk about Jensen. We're going to talk about Apple. We're going to talk about Trump taking stakes in AI companies. We have a lot to cover. Jensen show up after pre-market. What Jensen show? It's hard to fucking I got to tuck my shirt in every time. It's like a whole process, man. Jensen called ticker QCOM. I saw that. I did see that. I wanted to buy it. It wasn't hyperliquid, and then I was like, whatever. Didn't move that much. Let's talk about Pump Fun real quick. I want to talk about Pump Fun. There's only a couple crypto companies that realistically have a chance at this stage, I think. And Pump Fun is one of them. And I mean, they have how much money? They have $500 million. They have more. Tokens at all-time lows. And I don't envy their position that they're in. It's a very hard spot that they're in. But they basically have not done a single thing good since launching in January 2024. Like I mean, they haven't done one good thing. And I love Pump Fun. I love Elon. I think Elon is one of the great minds of our generation. They'll make movies about him. Seriously, I mean, he's undeniably changed the world for better or for worse. Do I think it's good for crypto? Probably not, but what does that even mean exactly? Like, he just is one of the founders of our generation that will be mentioned in the long haul. But they just shipped this video, and the product is live, and I think it's one of the worst things I've ever seen, and I want to talk about it briefly. And so the only what do you call it? The only go from this that has gone viral has been paying some guy in like India $1,000 to get a tattoo on his forehead, like all the way across his forehead, for the entertainment of like 16-year-olds on Pump Fun. And it was kind of just, I don't know, I'm not really a holier than thou type of guy, but I think it's kind of disgusting, bro. I'm not really one of, like, I'm a trader. Like, I'm here to fucking make money at any means necessary. I don't give a fuck about you or your feelings. But this is one of those ones that, I hate. And so I sat here and I thought about it. I'm like, all right, what would I do if I was Pump Fun? What would I do if I was Pump Fun? If I had $500 million, infinite reach, make, couple 100,000, 500K a day, and I'm dwindling relevance. What would you do? Also, what's good, Flood? Thanks for the gifted, brother. What would you do if you were Pump Fun? I really thought about it. And I think what you would want to do is you would want to become more legal and more compliant and more acceptable in the traditional finance world. In my opinion, you would want to become more compliant, legal, and usable, discussable, not less, from a baseline. And so this is how does this end? This ends with like porn and death, probably. It probably ends in porn and death is how this ends. Somebody dies and somebody like starts doing porn. And then people go to jail and then the whole thing is over. That's probably how this ends. If you really think about it, porn and death. I mean, there's like the two extremes. So from one scenario, it's like you want to be more legally compliant. The second thing I sat here and thought about, I'm like, okay, what realistically, what could you do? A live streaming thing, mega flop. Cool idea, mega flop. Perps, you're good luck. You're not gonna be Hyperliquid, and then you could you could wrap Hyperliquid, but like, for what? That's not gonna work. And then new innovative ways to do meme coins is just like not gonna do it. Meme coins are either gonna go back or they're not, but like a new swap or a new way to like a new bonding curve is not gonna change the game. And so I really sat here, I thought about it. I thought about it yesterday for a while. What would I do? And I think I know what I would do if I were Pump Fun. There's one market that the world is like so frothy and like desperate, foaming over, that a bunch of like retards have sort of built in their own silo, and nobody seems to get it right. What I would do if I was Pump Fun, you have $500 million. I would take $50 million of it. I would buy Collector Crypt. I would take the other $50 million. I would buy Fidgetals. I would buy Andy 8052. And I would buy, what's the other one? You buy Fidgetals, you buy Collector Crypt, you buy Andy, and you buy whatever other platform is. You completely wipe the floor on the gacha stuff. Like, you just win the gacha stuff. You win the gacha stuff with collectibles from Pokemon cards. Just win. Outright win. Migrate it over to Pump Fun. Outright win the Pokemon collectible, all this gacha gambling stuff. It's in line enough with meme coins. It's not a casino. You can get legal in the US. Whatever. You go basically just win. Do it right. Do it professional. Figure out some guarantees around the token that Collector Crypt for some reason is unable to do. Win the gacha thing. And then just go all in on RWA stuff. I don't know. Flipping more tokenized mortgages, like whatever. But just go win the Pokemon thing. Why not? Like, it's like, man, go win it. There's a bunch of idiots doing it. No one has any idea. It's a bunch of like unserious companies. Nobody can figure out what to do. None of them, they all have fragmented supply. They're all like knife fighting each other. They're making decent money. Go buy them all. Buy all of them. Hire someone competent, some executive from eBay or some shit to come run it. Maybe call up Ryan Cohen and see what you could do. But just win that outright. Go buy Courtyard if you must. Win that outright. And then you just lock in on the collectible stuff. Like, you tokenize everything. Perps, like, Shoku was in my replies talking about this. Perps is like not the best vehicle for the tokenized collectible stuff because it's too illiquid and there's no centralized market where you can get like a price quote on a Charizard. So go make it. Go make it. Dominate tokenized collectibles. It's in line for meme coins. You see people doing the G Wemby stuff. Rip some meme coins on some of the higher value ticket cards, whatever, and just wipe the fucking floor on the collectible stuff. I think they would dominate, and they would make a lot of money. Revenue would go up. It builds enterprise value. There's huge demand in the US. You would tap a new audience, and your fucking token goes up. And so I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, man, I'm ready to go activist on Pump Fun, man. Let me buy 5%. What's the token? It's like, let me buy fucking 5% of the Pump token. Flood, you want to work on this with me, man? Circulating market cap is 500 mil. I mean, how much cash do they have? They have like 500 mil cash. The market cap is their cash balance. They have their market cap in cash. They might have more. They might have more money than the market cap of the token. It's like absolutely down only. I mean, they could completely, utterly dominate this market. And instead they're like, let's make it's like, yeah, let's make a dare market for fucking people to pay each other $500 to get face tattoos. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Alon, what the fuck? $500 face tattoo bounties? What the fuck? Man. And the thing about it is like, okay, cool. You want to make a Black Mirror episode? At least pick a good Black Mirror episode. Social score, robotics. No, let's do face tattoos in India. It's like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? It's a disgrace. It is an utter disgrace. It's a disgrace. I'm sorry. It is. It's a disgrace. It's gross. It's viral for a day, and then it's over. It's over. It's a disgrace. And they have $500 fucking million in all distribution in the world. Go win. Go win. Go win the collectible. Go win. Go fucking win. That's what I would do. I'll tell you what, if you see the threadguy wallet accumulating massive amounts of the Pump Spot token, you know what's happening. Bill Ackman would do it. I just don't know if I'm Bill Ackman yet, but he would fucking do it. Anyways, that's Pump. I'll play this clip too, and then we're gonna move on from crypto.
You're one of these pathetic pinworms. These
Pinworms is good. I'm gonna steal that.
If you're one of these pathetic pinworms, these rancid piranhas still
Rancid piranhas.
desperately clinging and gripping onto meme coins like it's your fleshlight in the big 2026, you are a fucking loser. Take a hard look in the mirror. If you
We're stock traders now, man. I'm just saying, I think I could, if I wanted to quit streaming, raise $10 million or something to market buy like a couple percent a pump token, and then run the division, I think I could save it. I legitimately could save it. I think I could do it. I'm like so confident I could do it. But guess what? I love to stream. I don't want to spend $10 million on pump token, and I hate meetings. So I'm not interested. Anyways, that is pump fun. All right, moving on. We have a bunch of stocks to talk about. First and foremost, quick war and oil segment. I know everyone's sick of hearing about it, but we did have some, I would say, jarring escalations that happened over the weekend where there was escalations where Israel was attacking Lebanon. And have you seen the current bounties on Pump Fund? No, I haven't. How do you find them? I actually want to see that real quick. God, these are brutal. Beat a world record running in a meme coin mascot. That's pretty cool. Organize a neat march throughout NYC. Interview a billionaire on biological intelligence. Get iShow Speed to talk about Toes Coin. 6K. That's going to happen. Host the best butt contest IRL for 5K. Be kind to 10 strangers for 5K. Not worth it. Be kind to 10 people. I'd rather pay you 5K and do that shit. Interview random people asking for toes rating. 4K. Spray meme coin car and explode or set it alight for 4K. Blow up a car for 4K. Say thoughts on Chill House 100,000 times for $3,200. That's decent. How long would it take you to say it 100,000 times? Quit your job on camera for 2,900. Yeah, this is brutal. Brutal stuff. Anyways, war and oil. War and quit your job for 3K. No. How long would it take you to say Chill House 100,000 times? Thoughts on Chill House, 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 thoughts on Chill House. It would take a while. I would not. That's like a penny per like. It would take 3 days. Yeah. Backshots from Rasmer 100 mil. If I comment, I will be in trouble. All right, so there was escalation. Israel strikes Lebanon, and at the same time, I don't really know why we dumped on Friday. I think everybody was just like freaking out. I don't know. I think everyone was just a little bit like, we're overextended. There was some escalation, and there was a quick moment there. There was a moment where it felt like oil was going to really go up. Like for a second, I was like, oh man, pee pee poo poo is about to be the next flood. For a second, I said, oh my goodness, Calvin is going to be the next Michael Burry. And I sent a message in the pit and I said, oil might actually go up this time. And within how long did it take? It was less than 30 minutes. I mean, it was less than 30 minutes. I replied and I said, never mind. And every person in the comments said my favorite line, which is rule number 1. Chat, what is rule number 1? What is rule number 1 of the pit? What is rule number 1? Always fade war. And it happened. It's like always fade the thing. First chat of Rubik's. It's like, I think it's pretty rational to always fade the thing that the entire world is incentivized to see go down. And maybe not fade the thing that the entire world is incentivized to see go up, which is how this is played out. So basically immediately after, we get some Trump announcements, which says both sides, Israel and Iran, are looking to do an immediate ceasefire. Final negotiations on peace are proceeding, subject to ignorance or stupidity getting in its way. The blockade will remain in place and in full force in effect until a final deal is reached. Things should move quickly. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. The thing about it that was so funny, too, is that the these announcements came out like 15 minutes after oil started pumping. Like, fast. 15 minutes after. I mean, Flood, remember, by longing oil, you're longing an asset that almost every country on earth is incentivized to see trade lower. And that is how you lose your stack. That's how you lose your fucking stack. Always fade the thing the entire world is incentivized to see trade lower. Always long the thing the entire world is incentivized to see trade higher. And so it's almost like, I mean, I was going to get intricate. I was preparing this weekend to get intricate on Monday today and talk about the war. And it's like, what? I mean, they are watching the 15-minute candle. They're watching every close, every candle close. They're on it. And so they're just not, then he talks and boom. I think it was this move. Look how funny this is. Let's go. Yeah, look, it was this. Let's go like 4 hour maybe. Yeah, look. All of a sudden, it's like we start ripping, rip, and then right away, giant red candle, retrace the whole thing. Trump announcement, retrace the whole thing. Get fucked. Too bad. You're long oil, too bad. And so then Netanyahu comes out. They're holding fire in Iran. Trump tells Axios Iranian strikes didn't hurt anybody. Hopefully, Israel is not going to retaliate. Each of them had their fun. Israel had its strike and Iran had its strike. We don't need another one. I'm always chatting on YouTube instead of Twitch. Yeah. Also, if you're watching on YouTube and Twitter and you like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy, there's a lot of people over here, 100 people. I don't chat. I don't read the chats on YouTube. It's hard. And yeah, nothing super. There was this, which is crazy. Because there is escalation. This is a tanker that oil tanker off Oman that tried to bypass Iranian authority. Look at this. I mean, they're not, the trade is still closed. They're driving around with fucking smoke on the hull. It's pretty wild. And then this is the state of oil bulls right now, which is, quote, bulls will be sucking dick for firewood. Calvin, his most recent tweet. Notice how the barnacle thing is hey, what's the barnacle stock? I forgot the name. What's the barnacle stock? I completely forgot. What's it called? What's it called? DNAP. Come on. What's it called? Mando DMs. What's it called? Yes. Asco Noble, thank you. Are we doing this Friday SpaceX stream? Of course. Tomorrow we're probably gonna do what is our plan for SpaceX. It's down to the barnacle stock. Tomorrow I think we'll just do the SpaceX stream entire. Flood, what is your plan for SpaceX? Anyways, you don't hear much about the barnacles anymore. And we do have a poly market announcement, which is Strait of Hormuz traffic returns to normal by the end of June. And this thing is down. 10% chance, 28% chance for July, and 75% for December 31st. Let's actually check in on SpaceX real quick. SPCX. God. This has been getting pretty crushed. Ugh. Yeah, we'll do a little SpaceX talking today. Let's check it on the market as well. What's pumping? Wow. They're really doing Zcash. I just cannot find myself in a spot where I'm ready to long this thing again. Like I don't know what it would take for me to be like, this is a long. If this could get above this yellow line, then I would have to ignore my thoughts and long. But this is crazy. What's Jez up right now? Jez is up 300K. TJ get a long ATH break. Somebody say the quote. I was watching 260 and didn't buy. Yeah, what's up like 2% from that. So you didn't miss a whole lot. But that, yeah, it's decent to see at least. But Bitcoin looks decent as well. Let's both to Bitcoin. We're not gonna get to Bitcoin till the end of the stream, but all right, we got we have a bunch of stocks to talk about. Let's start with Jensen today. So market was pretty red on Friday. I also bought Marvell as a Jensen long last week, which was, or I guess like a week and a half ago, which was a sick trade. And so Jensen's been on this Asia tour, and he's in South Korea right now. And yesterday, I guess today, but technically yesterday, the Kospi, South Korean index, opened, circuit breaker down, crushed. It has been looking toppy, and people have been a little bit afraid. And Jensen has basically just gone completely KOL mode. And I feel like he didn't used to do this. Trump has always done this, at least as I recall. Trump has always done this. Stocks are a buy after Liberation Day. Stocks look good here. Buy stocks now. He's very comfortable talking about stock prices. Jensen, I don't think as much, but he's super incentivized to see these memory names, these like CapEx beneficiary names go up. And it seems like the switch has flipped, and all he wants to do right now is talk about stock prices. And so this is the most recent video, and I have quite a few posts in this little tab group.
And so with respect to the stock price, everyone should be very excited. They can now buy stock at a cheaper price.
They can now buy stock at a cheaper price, Jensen Wong.
And it's absolutely true that the future AI is very bright. It is a foregone conclusion that AI will be infrastructure for the world, just like internet was infrastructure for the world. This infrastructure is in the beginning of the build-out. We've only been building infrastructure for 1 year, and so we have many years of infrastructure build-out.
This is some real bag work. This is real bag work.
Here in Korea, there are no AI infrastructure, barely at all. And so just Korea, we need to build lots and lots of AI infrastructure, but we need to partner up here at Telecom. And imagine how, you to imagine how we have raised.
Audio's kind of janky, huh?
Level of SP and
cool. So that's Jensen basically saying stocks are down. Now is a good time to buy. Now is a good time to buy. Now is a good time to buy. So then basically immediately after that, NVIDIA and SK Hynix announced a multi-year technology partnership for next-gen memory aligned with NVIDIA's AI infrastructure roadmap. SK Hynix will co-develop memory for Vera Rubin AI supercomputers, Vera CPUs, RTX Spark PCs, and Jetson Thor robotics platforms. The partnership also includes using NVIDIA CUDA-X and Physics Nemo to accelerate chip design and simulators, plus Omniverse digital twins for autonomous fab operations. So he goes, bull posts, long Korea, immediately followed by SK Hynix partnership.
Are you listening?
And then there's this announcement as well. Let's see how much we can watch of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy. Look, this is some real IRL KOL shit.
Okay. I came to Korea because
I think this was yesterday, right before the SK Hynix announcement.
business is booming. Business is booming. Booming. Bang. Like PC bang. Bang. Okay? Business is booming. And Korea is doing very well. And Korea, my partners here in Korea, very important to me. So I came to Korea to thank them, to celebrate with them, and to congratulate them.
Why did Jensen go to Korea? He understands they need to max extract from Korean retail, which is the hottest bluff capital on earth.
For
The money's got to come from somewhere.
such an incredible year. You're welcome. My friends here
This is crazy.
had a very good year. But this is just the beginning. As you know, NVIDIA introduced 4 new products this week. Vera Rubin is the next generation for AI supercomputers. Vera Rubin
Also, OpenAI. Wait, let's look at 1 second. All right, bet I'll look at it. Oh, OpenAI right next. That's a big announcement.
will use a lot of HBM, a lot of LPDDR. Number 2, we introduced a brand new CPU called Vera. Vera is revolutionary. And this CPU will use a lot of memory.
Also, you see Jensen passing out GPUs at a party and signing them, giving people one-of-one GPUs.
LPDDR5. Number 3, we introduced the first new invention of the PC in 40 years called RTX Spark. We're going to revolutionize the PC, reinvent it, a brand new time, a brand new line. We call it RTX Spark. RTX Spark needs a lot of memory. LPDDR5, a lot of memory. And then one more thing, NVIDIA introduced a brand new line of robotics processors.
So that's the tweet that we just read. But man, he's going IRL KOL mode really hard. And before we keep going on Jensen, let's look at this TradFi news. Okay, OpenAI confidential submission of draft S1 to the SEC, which basically means, if I understand correctly, they're setting up for making a formal step toward IPO after months of preparation with banks like Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. The following follows rival Anthropic's June 1 confidential S1 and SpaceX's earlier prospects, accelerating the 2026 wave of major AI and tech public listings. OpenAI has eyed a potential September 2026 debut with a multi-billion raise in valuation approaching $1 trillion, shifting from its nonprofit roots to meet massive capital demands for the AI development. And then there's a follow-up announcement. OpenAI has not decided on timing of IPO yet. Oh, man, it's coming. It is fucking coming. You know, I read this. I listened to this Stanley Druckenmiller interview the other day. It was kind of old, and he was talking about how, like, every decade or so, there's a couple-year period where the world rapidly changes, and society doesn't catch up to it, and you could sort of trade that trend. And one of the eras he talks about was when the Berlin Wall came down. And then one of the eras he talked about was when Trump first got elected as president, 2016. And it feels like another one of these eras is post LLM explosion, but maybe more specifically post max extract IPOs. I mean, they're coming. They're fucking coming, and I don't really know how I'm gonna trade it, but they're coming in succession. Bang, bang, bang. OpenAI is coming, Anthropic's coming right before it, and right before that, SpaceX is coming this week. This fucking week, bro. This week. What does that mean for liquidity? I don't know. You know what? I actually kind of liked Flood's tweet. Not to glaze him because he's here. I actually kind of liked his tweet. It was a decent cope. I thought it was a reasonable cope. Where was the cope? Where's the cope? I don't know if it was cope, but it kind of was. No, what was your tweet about Bitcoin? It was a Bitcoin tweet. I can't. Maybe I'm reading it. I'm just missing it. Let's put this bear posting. Kind of like this, but it wasn't this. Stretch repeg Bitcoin bottom shortage trap that rushed liquidity from equities to Bitcoin. No, it wasn't this. You might have deleted it. Ah, here it is. Buying Bitcoin today is front running the forced diversification of a completely AI saturated equity market with not one, not two, but three massive inclusion of $5 trillion of equity value into the index. Diversification requires venturing out on the risk curve. Fun tweet. Counter signal, counter trade, go against the trend, and long Bitcoin in anticipation of the IPOs. I don't hate it. I don't know if I agree, but I don't hate it. I mean, I found myself pretty bear cuck-held as well. So I don't hate it. It has a lot of likes. It has a lot of likes. Also, last but not least on Jensen, and we're going to move on, is this fucking guy threw out the first pitch in Korea with a Bears jersey on, bro. Look at this guy. Also definitely on the Reddit.
그리고 시타에는 두산베어스의 구단주 박정원 회장입니다. 자, 여러분 모두 좋은
Decent ball.
회장입니다.
No jacket, by the way. Decent ball. I mean.
자, 여러분 모두 좋은 기운 받아가세요.
Jensen clips crazy talent, bro. You seen him fucking slam a beer, then rip a push-up? Brother, Division 1 scout. No jacket.
아까도 잠깐 밝혔습니다만.
Jensen, man. So that is Jensen ripping our stocks. On other news, Apple WWDC was today, and I think people were pretty disappointed by it. I don't know what they usually. I saw Malcolm make a comment. No new Mac Mini release. I think people were relatively disappointed by it, but I think what they shipped was kind of interesting. So market hated it. Apple got crushed. It is down 2% intraday and then down 0.5% after hours. I have not actually watched the demo. I have this thing where I can't watch anything because I want to prepare for stream. But I have a Frank tweet which we need. Like, only thing I would say markets in the summer. I don't fully agree, but it's interesting. And one of them is Apple entering the AI race properly. So Apple's an interesting one because they basically have zero CapEx spend at all. They're not a major lab. They've built nothing AI related. Their tools they use still suck. Apple Intelligence has really done nothing. Siri's a joke. But the thing about Apple is they dominate consumer hardware. And so I think they got really left behind. People were neglecting Apple for a while. And then they started thinking about it, like, oh, fuck. Apple has hardware in the hands of every person in the world, basically. At any moment, labs get commoditized. They could just plug and play the best model into their phone or into their Macs or into their minis or into their PCs. And all of a sudden, you have unbelievable tool. And so then I think the narrative started to get really interesting. Apple becomes all-time highs once again. And I think people are kind of waiting for what are they going to do to integrate AI. And so this is a clip from WWDC today where they demo new Siri AI powered by Apple Intelligence, aka Gemini distillation. I haven't actually watched this yet. Let's see. This was like recently. This is like an hour ago.
With Siri, you'll notice how it looks fluid. Get more done with Siri, you'll notice how it looks fluid and intuitive with a brand new design that reflects the power of Apple Intelligence. Let's take a closer look, starting with how Siri is a much more capable assistant. I want to get right into it and show you a few things that you can now do with Siri in your day-to-day. Let's start with something simple but super useful.
At the current moment, Siri is the most useless product that is in active development by any major tech company in the world. I mean, it's the most useless product in the history of products.
Say you've heard about a local concert. When's that Suki Waterhouse show in SF? Siri can draw on current world knowledge to ground its answers to your questions. Okay, looks like the concert is on July 26th. How can I get tickets? Okay, you have to enter a lottery to get the tickets. Remind me to sign up when the lottery opens.
I don't know Suki Waterhouse. This shit is ass, though.
Okay, got a reminder.
Did it not already do this?
Now let's hear one of her new singles. Reminders, music, the things you'd expect Siri to do, but now that much more capable.
I've been lying in the bathtub,
Next, let's see how Siri can use awareness
By the way, it's also sped up. It's so slow. It's actually sped up.
of what's on your screen. Where is this exactly? Here, Siri can identify the location of
is
this
sped
beautiful
up,
shot
bro.
along the Santa Cruz coast. Oh, cool. Natural Bridges State
Put it on 1x, fine. I'm dying though. I don't have the attention span for this
Beach.
shit.
My friend recently moved somewhere around there. I wonder if he's nearby. Where's Jeff's new place? I remember he sent his new address, but I really actually don't know where it is, and I certainly didn't save it
bad.
anywhere.
This is terrible.
But Siri can just find it for me. Nice.
so
So if I was
slow.
being spontaneous, I could say, give me directions to the arch with a stop at Jeff's. With a little world
That's pretty cool.
knowledge
That's
and
cool.
some
That's cool.
personal
That's cool.
context,
That's cool.
Siri's pulling it all together. And there you go, my route, just like that. Let me show you one more example of Siri helping me to get something done using my personal context. Show me photos from up in Shasta last weekend. Siri is searching through my photos to find the ones from my family's recent ranch trip.
This is ass.
Let's see. Okay, that's a lot of cows.
Steve Jobs would have never shipped this shit.
Add just the ones with Bryce, Madison,
Longing hymns after
and
this.
Quinn to our shared family album. So without having to go into the Photos app at all, Siri can help me find just the photos I had in mind. All right, those are awesome. And
If Siri ever comes out on my phone, it was something went wrong. If I ever accidentally get a Siri pop up, something happened wrong.
share them with the whole family. Easy as that. These are just a few of the ways that
Yeah, that was dog shit. Like, it's cool, but that was the announcement. That was dog shit. Sorry. It's also only available on iPhone 17 Pro. I mean, what I think people want is they just want OpenClaw native to the phone, right? That's obviously what you want. Little top corner, click it, talk, live. You just want OpenClaw on your phone. That's what you want. You don't want Telegram. You don't want it to have to turn it on and off every time. You just want OpenClaw to run locally on your phone and be good. That's it. I think it's like very simple what people want. And then that phone is worth like 3 bands. I mean, I would pay OpenClaw native in my phone that works, runs locally, and is good. I would pay $5K. I don't even know what I pay. I pay infinite for the phone. I'd pay so much. Can sort camera roll, can do everything. I would pay ridiculously large amounts of money for that phone. I mean, I don't know. How much would you pay for that phone? Would pay a fucking lot. So at the current, current announcement is lame. I still think Apple is like a interesting trade, but maybe that was a sell-off you needed to buy back in. It's only 5% off ATH. It's only 5% off ATH. No, I don't think it's enough. Weird announcement. Did they announce anything else? WWDC. Yeah, that centered around Apple Intelligence and Siri. Weak. And why does it use Gemini? Is Google up on that? Why does it use Gemini? Is Google up? Mando S stock. No, Google's down. Yeah. I spent a lot of time talking about parental controls. I heard that. Yeah. Weak. You see Shams 45 mil. Was that real? Anyways, before we get to stocks, I have one other video I want to play that I think is very interesting. And the US government is going activist right now. And so this is a big announcement, I think. This is maybe a bullish announcement for upcoming IPOs, etc., especially after how Dell, IBM, Intel have traded. President Trump said the administration may consider taking equity stakes in US AI companies. He also said that AI executives could come to the White House as soon as next week. We got to watch this.
There's a concept out there. There's so much money and it's so big that there are concepts where pieces could be given to the American public, where the American public essentially becomes a partner with the companies. And I will tell you, yeah, I have spoken to all of them. There's something very interesting about it, where it almost becomes a partnership with the American public. And we'll look into that. We are looking. I actually have a meeting scheduled in the very near future with, did you know that, with all of the companies, and we're talking about it, where the American people can benefit from the success of AI, and by doing that, they're going to like it better.
Which companies in the meeting?
All of them. All the big ones, yeah, all the big ones. They're all coming to the White House probably next week.
I mean, what if it just ends up like Intel? White House takes whatever stake they need to guarantee their contracts and guarantee their capex and force these stocks to go up. It's probably best case scenario. What if it doesn't end up like what if it ends up like Intel and they just force this thing to go up? There's also this thought where it's like, okay, Google is diluting their stock. Meta is also diluting their stock to force more money so they can spam more capex spend. But what if the United States just buys it? They're never sellers either. What if the White House, just U.S. Trump admin, just buys their dilutive stock and they never really have to sell any new onto the market? Low float, high FTV. I'm kind of bullish on this, really. You have to be, I think. The White House has basically told you that anything they put their hands on, they're gonna force it to go up. And so all capex spend is good as guaranteed. And you got to imagine that what's happening with Elon and the way they're rolling out the red carpet for SpaceX IPO, they're going to do the same thing for Anthropic and OpenAI. And the White House wants to get involved. I don't fucking blame them. Of course they want to get involved. Why would you not? Of course they want to get involved. So what if they just do it like Intel? It's a dark horse bull case, I think. Dark horse bull case is White House like wills these stocks to go up. So Brad Gerstner has a take against the government nationalizing AI labs / other AI businesses. Terrible slippery slope, crony capitalism, etc. But I'm encouraging founders and companies to donate shares for the direct benefit of all citizens through a pooled private account or ideally in their Trump accounts. It would be cool if the US bought a bunch of shares from these major AI labs and then distributed them via Trump accounts or something similar. That would be fucking cool. I don't see why not. They seem to want to do stuff like this. Lock it up for 18 years or something. Lock it up. Airdrop a bunch of the new labs. I mean, think about this. Think about how quickly sentiment amongst AI would shift for normies. It's like, okay, you have a Trump account for 3 years or whatever. Buy a bunch of SpaceX, Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, Meta, all of it. Throw them in the Trump accounts. Vest it over 18 years. Everybody has exposure. Everybody's incentivized to see Anthropic do well. Everybody's incentivized to make OpenAI do well. Everyone has equity in all of these major companies that like build the United States. Why not? It's a pretty good suggestion. The only issue with the suggestion is the donate word. Just give them the money. Lock it up for 18 years, and then who the fuck cares where we're at in 18 years? The White House should buy a stake in all of them. The White House should buy a stake in all these AI labs. Airdrop shares. That's my suggestion, at least. You want a stake? That's what they should do. It's there's no difference, by the way, if the White House holds it or like your newborn holds it if it's locked up for 18 years. There's no difference. It's the same thing. It might as well be locked. Your newborn can't sell. Welcome to fucking America, baby. I think it'd be sick. I don't know. They want to do that. If he wants exposure, why not? So that was Trump announcements. I think I think you gotta just remain optimistic about his ability to pump this market. Now, what the fuck are we gonna do when 3 IPOs hit? What are we going to do? How do you underwrite each one? How do you trade all of them? I don't know what you do. Maybe tomorrow we'll spend the whole stream on IPOs because we got a bunch more to cover today. First and foremost, there's a lot of motion on this market, Pauling market. How many Fed rate cuts in 2026? And after job, I mean, I'm not a macro guy, but after jobs data comes back really good, it is coming in an 80% chance of no cuts. No cuts. And hikes are definitely on the menu. No cuts, brother. 0%. 80% for zero. And it's ripping. I don't know how efficient this market is, but, you know, in April, it was 40%. Even just a couple days ago, it was 67. Now, it was as high as 81. It's chilling at about 80%. Rapid fire stock updates. Number one is, we covered this, the top 10 formula volume. No, it's more. There is 33 across the market. Obviously not efficient, but there's 33 across the full market. It's definitely not. I might leave work to liquidate everything and take no and zero cuts. That's a bold trade. We covered the top 10 investments on Robinhood. Interesting one to look at. This is crazy. What came out today is Leopold Aschenbrenner, who has made himself, I don't know, the face of finance. His fund, situational awareness assets, have jumped to about $20 billion. $20 billion. I think it was 13 at the beginning of Q1. They gained about 270% this year through May. And Anthropic investment is now about 20% of situational's assets. 270% this year, bro. He's on. I mean, he's like, they're gonna make many movies about this fellow. His fund is now as big as Bill Ackman's Pershing Square and Dan Loeb's Third Point since inception. He's had no professional investing experience. Zero. He had zero. Oh, man. OpenAI. I missed this. Thank you, Flood. Damn, DNAP, how we missed this, bruh? We got to read this. How we missed this, twin? Thank you. It's crazy, though. No investing experience when he launched this. It's gained 270% after fees this year through May, and is up more than 1,000% after fees since inception. One of the fund's most successful bets is a stake in Anthropic that today accounts for about 1/5 of its assets. Its investors also now include Jane Street. I also believe he owns like 5% of Nebius, which has been a monster. It's down a little bit in the last couple of days, but this has been a fucking unbelievable trade for him. He owns, I think he owns 5% of this. And it's crazy, man. Everybody had so much to say about his 13F and what he holds and the way that he's trading. Everyone had so much to say about his 13F, and he's just mogging every manager. He's absolutely mogging every fund manager. Let's take a look at Sam. Here's my current plan for OpenAI. Oof. Let's skim. Every few generations, a new technology changes everything. Imagine electricity reaching a rural America town in the 1920s. The first promise of electricity was practical, but its deeper impact came from the new possibilities that opened when more people could use it. By the end of the 20th century, the average lifespan had increased about 23 years, and the average inflation-adjusted income by about 50%. This is happening again with AI. It will soon be capable of extraordinary things. But the point is not the technology itself, but what people can do with it. Our first commitment is to build AI in... Our internal belief is that by March 2028, we may have a significant fraction of our research being done by AI systems in tandem with our own researchers to make sufficient progress on alignment We believe we will need AIs to iterate alongside us. This will help us navigate the transition to post-AGI world so that we can collectively decide on the path toward the future. It's a lot of slop, but that's a sick excerpt. Thank you. All right. Currently, OpenAI, we have 3 main goals. Build an automated AI researcher. Accelerate the economy by accelerating scientific progress, productivity. I love the science trade. Productivity and economic growth. Give everyone on Earth a personal AGI, empowering them to benefit from one of humanity's most transformative technologies in whatever way they choose. The second phase, we are now entering the third phase. The economy is beginning to reshape around AI. The central question now is how to make advanced AI abundant, affordable, safe, and useful, and easy enough for every person and organization to benefit from it. Frontier capability is only part of the job. The bigger task is turning that capability into tools people can actually use to thrive. Yeah, not that much. Like Claude-ass article. Not that much there. Maybe a cool read on your own time. I don't want to read the whole thing right now, but it's coming. They're all coming. All right, rapid fire stock updates before we get to the thing I really want to talk about, which is trading IRL events. Google and Nvidia are considering Intel INTC as a backup chip manufacturers. Its TSMC capacity remains tight per the information. That gave it a nice pump today. Gave it like a 12% pump on Intel. Jensen came out again. He's in full bag work mode and said everything across the supply chain is in shortage. Memory, wafers, advanced packaging, cable connectors, SiPho, diamond hands. Everything is in shortage from Jensen, the CEO of NVIDIA. Bank of America came out and are bear posting, which I think is one of the first sort of major bank corporations to come out and bear post. And they said they're warning investors to take profit as bear market red flags multiply. Quote tweet by ours truly, Air Mass. Fuck Bank of America and their bearish bullshit. Max long, followed by Amazon raising 14 billion Canadian in record dollar high gray bond sale. And then last but not least, Andrew Kang post. I cringe when I hear I missed blank. Yeah, it's basically $1 billion. Companies that achieve high market caps get there for good reason. That usually allow them to continue to compound growth. Past success is one of the best indicators of future success. Better leadership in teams equal better decisions and execution. Winners develop moats around talent, economies of scale, network effects, brand, regulation, IP, etc. Winners win. And so it's power law paradox. A business value between 100 billion and 1 trillion, a centicorn, has a higher statistical likelihood of multiplying its value by 10x compared to smaller early stage unicorns, 8%. That is crazy. Basically, the winners win, losers lose. Winners average winners, losers average losers. Companies valued between 100 billion and 1 trillion have a higher statistical likelihood, 31%, of multiplying its value by 10x compared to smaller early stage unicorns. I've had a lot of fun recently buying high, selling higher. It doesn't seem to work super well in crypto, I guess, unless you're buying Hyperliquid. But it seems to work very fucking well in stocks. And so I have 2 things that I wanted to spend time on today for our main segments of the day. Number 1 is blow off top or maybe entering the first inning of IRL tickets in events. And then number 2 is going to be Sailor, crypto, investing in North Korea, and everything else. What follow the money. First chatter. What do you think, Azora? I think follow the money, brother. I think follow the money. On that note, I'm getting up really quick. We'll be back in 30 seconds. When I'm back, we have 2 very, very, very important and fun topics to talk about. I got to fill up my water. You know the drill. BRB. Porsche's in the valley. All right. I talked about this a little bit at the beginning of the stream, but F1 Monaco this weekend, I don't know if my timeline is just fried. I feel like was on a different level for wealth. I've never seen anything like it, actually. I cannot say that I've ever seen anything like it. I think it was like a blow off the top of everyone's rich and everyone knows everyone's rich. And Fled made a tweet about this, and I have it right here. It's a good way to start this little segment, IRL events. He said, feels like we're reaching peak wealth awareness for normies. And I know that it's like this every year, but it's being like mega churched. You know? It's kind of similar to the St. Bart's New Year's thing. Like that doesn't, I don't feel like that is always a thing. Like, yes, people go to Bart's, and yes, people spend a lot of money on New Year's, but the overwhelming nature of it was, I don't know, it caught me off guard a little bit, where I just thought to myself, everyone has so much money. How does everybody have so much? Who are these people? How do they all have this much money? Who are these people? There's the guy on Neon Stream that's walking around and he's like, I'm worth $7.5 billion. And then there's like yacht races and there's people driving around with the Bugattis on the yachts. And it's just like, bro, how do so many people have so much money? And yes, the thing about it that's so dark is they asked the kid with the kid on Neon Stream. He's like 18. He's like, I'm worth $7 billion. How are you worth $7 billion? And he's like, I own a casino. How are you worth 10 billion? I own a casino. 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 And it was crazy to me to watch this. But I also think there's this second iteration. Well, let me read this real quick. I was in this world briefly, 3 to 4 months. I'm not talking about Barstool McAfee stuff. This was a different level of money. If you've been to the day after F1 Monaco or Annabelle's, you know, I didn't belong one bit. I felt like I was seeing a James Bond movie in real life. Cool to see, but I was just not made for it. I went for a run one day with someone's wife staying at the house I was at, and I made a joke that I'm still going to be in shape like Tom Brady at 40 plus because I stretch every day. And her exact quote was, I don't know who that is. I spend most of my time painting. I got lost in Monaco with a girl and couldn't get a cab back to Cap Ferret and had to pay $20K for one night at a hotel that they had a bubble bath ready before I even got into the room. There really is a different level of the world where you would fully never, ever fit in. And so Tulip King actually that's on Morning Call, and I loved it, which was like, there's infinite ways to make money. And there's forever expanding methods of making money. Like the online casino thing is a new thing. How many like billionaires exist from online casinos? And that was not a thing that they would have done before. And I'm not sure you can confidently say that the online casino founder now would have been a billionaire in some other industry before. Like I would argue it's just net new wealth. It's like, look at the M2 supply. It's just net new wealth being added. And there's infinite net new wealth opportunities in the world, and there's only a finite amounts of IRL events. Like there's not new things to do. And I don't really think there's new things to spend money on. There's no new things to do. There is forever new money to make. Like, look, I mean, M2, it's like so. Can you do it on TradingView? Yeah, look. There you go. This is M2. This goes up only. Things to do in the world stays flat, completely flat. It doesn't go up. And so from this thought process, it's like, okay, the cheapest ticket the next game for tonight is like $8,000. You're completely priced out, like fully priced out. Why would it get cheaper to go to the next game? Ever? Why would a finals game ever be cheaper than this ever? Because there's like infinite rich people in New York that want to be cool and that want to flex and that want to go do things. And there's only like 4 finals games in New York. Why would it ever get cheaper? I don't think that it ever gets cheaper. Ever. And the F1 thing had me thinking about it, where I was just like, man, this is wild. It feels jarring. And I think that this IRL events thesis is gonna really play. Like, I just think it's really gonna play out. I think there is just this societal wide desperation feeling of fuck, I want to do stuff again. I think the older generation that now has money grew up doing stuff. I think the younger generation that grew up on like doom scrolling wants to do stuff, and I think Zoomers want to do stuff. IRL online cannot be a flex anymore after the commoditization of things like Instagram. Everything's fake on Instagram. Everyone's taking pictures in fake jets. Everyone's flexing rentals. Everyone's flexing fake stuff. Everyone's doing fake stuff online. And I think the pendulum has to shift back the other direction, where the new flex is like, can you do stuff IRL? Like, okay, I'll give you one where it's like, I feel like flirting with girls on IG stories became like, on swiping up on IG stories became so meta that now the meta is like doing it IRL. Like, can you do it IRL? Can you pick it up in person? Because it's like such a shock. It catches you off guard. You flirt with a girl in person, it's a little bit like, whoa. You're so used to like doing it in DMs, doing it on IG, doing it on text. You do it in person and it's like, whoa, it catches people off guard. And so another actualization of this is the movie theater. The movie theater, bro. Who was it in the pit today that said that there was a line? The AMC parking lot was so full, people were parking across the street to go to the movie theater. That was you? Was it real? That was true? Yeah. He said the parking lot was so packed. People were lining up and parking their cars across the street. And so I've really thought about it, and I'm just like, man, M2 is up only. There's infinite ways to make money. There's infinite ways to flex on the internet. Everybody flexes on the internet. None of it's real. Everyone's sick of none of it being real. I think AI really blows this trend out of proportion. Like, I posted the photos of me in my suits on my Instagram, and all these girls hit me up, and they're like, is that AI? What? AI hyper accelerates this trend. They all hit me up and they're like, is that AI? And I'm like, bro, AI is good, but it's not that good. It's not that good. And so in a way, I think the underlying thesis here is that the bar to flex has become 0. Because everyone's like, oh, it's just AI. It doesn't even... Remember when everyone was posting those videos of them, the AI videos of them in the stands at the baseball games? And that was like the viral trend. Everyone was like, was posting them with at baseball games. That was the viral trend. Is that AI? Everyone's asking me. I'm like, man, it's good, but it's not that good. And so in a way, the bar to flex has become so low that you can fake it so easily that people are like, fuck this. The guys that really have it are like, I'll just go do it IRL. Fuck you. I'll do it IRL. You can't fake the suits IRL because you see it with your own eyes. You can't fake the suits IRL. You can't fake this look IRL. You can't fake Yerman earrings IRL. And I think when you really break it down, it's like, man, there's only so many things. There's a finite amount of things you can do. Like, what can you really, you want to go out with your friends. What can you really do with your friends? You go to a sporting event. You can go to a restaurant. You can go to the movies. You can go to a bar. You can go to a club. You can go to a lounge. They all involve drinking. And then you can do physical activities. You can play sports. You can walk. You can bike. You can go to the gym. You can run. There's like 20 things you can do in the world. Okay. Half of those involve athletic activities. And this is the real thing. Clubbing's dead and been replaced by fitness and wellness. People used to party to socialize and date, and I do things like high rocks, bathhouses, and running raves. I don't know about you. All my athletic high school homies are competing in high rocks. They're all doing high rocks. All of them. Like every homie I knew from high school that played a sport and was good and is still in shape is like, yeah, I have like a high rocks competition in 3 weeks. Every single one of them. All of them. The ones that don't, they got Strava. They're in the run clubs, or they're like competitive bikers, or they're rock climbing. And so there's like, dude, there's like 2 things to do. There's like athletic stuff to do, and then there's like degenerate stuff to do. And that's basically it. And the thing about it is I don't think you call the top on the athletic stuff. Because in a way, this comes back to the GLPs. Societal change, bro, is happening. Everybody's skinny now. Nobody's fat anymore. Fat people are like not really a thing anymore. Or not as common as they used to be, because everybody just takes Retta. Or everybody just takes GLP-1s. The percentage of the population that's overweight is going to go down only. It's going to happen slow. It's going to happen slow, but it's going to happen. Brother, no. Is it or is it not going to be down only when you can just take a pill and lose weight? It's down only. Obviously, it's down only. They exist, of course. Also, if you go to Middle America, of course. But they invented a magic fat loss pill. Obviously, the percentage of the population that's fat is going to go down. That's just like that's just like simple supply and demand technology advancements. That is like obviously going to be a trend. It's like free. It's like free. It's like a free insurance paid for magic fat pill with no side effects. There's going to be less fat people. Okay? There just is going to be. There's going to be less fat people, obviously. And so more people doing athletic stuff, more people going out, more people like ready to go to the club, more people ready to go to the beach, more people ready to do all this stuff. And so yada, 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 yada. This is a decade trade, I think. And there's like 5 ways to trade it, I think, that I'm thinking about. And you tell me, like, I kind of want to look at them. There's like 5 things we could trade. Okay? Number 1 is Formula 1 stock. It's a decent one. I didn't really realize that they were a stock. But Formula 1, it's a $21 billion company. I didn't even know this was a stock. It's an interesting one too, because it's Formula 1 and it's a social experience. It's not the best social experience, but it's become like the prestige barrier for like car companies. Cadillac has a team now. Audi has a team now. Everybody has a team now for Formula 1. And so it's like a dual wielding type of trade where the car companies need to be part of Formula 1 to participate. They desperately want to, because if you like think about Ferrari Prestige, how much of it is because their Formula 1 team is the shit. It definitely helps. Like their history as a race car is definitely important. Like Cadillac, pretty washed. If Cadillac becomes the premier Formula 1 team, all of a sudden, like look what happened to McLaren over the last 5 years. McLaren is fucking lit. And I've been to McLarens have been sick, but you get Lando Norris, you get Oscar Piastri, all of a sudden they're winning cups, Formula 1. It's a big deal. Americans watched Formula 1 after Drive to Survive, the Netflix show. That was probably where you could have longed it. Watch this. When did this show, I think, made Formula 1 really popular? March 8th, 2019. It probably got cooked from COVID. Yeah, it got COVID destroyed, but then it was back. I mean, it's right here. This is when Drive to Survive came out. Nah, not the crazy. It got outperformed, I guess. But like Mercedes, right? Like, how much prestige does Mercedes get because of Formula One? And so this is like an interesting trade because I've always wanted to own a sports league. It's relatively cheap. It's relatively cheap, all things considered, 21Bs. And so this I think is an interesting trade. Another one that I think is very intriguing right now is StubHub. It's pretty crazy. Where do you buy tickets from? StubHub. It's a $4 billion stock. $4 billion company. And it's $4 billion. Their forward PE is like 16. It's fucking low. And I buy all of my tickets on StubHub. Every ticket I've ever bought, I buy on StubHub. All of these screenshots of like the Knicks things that are viral, Packy McCormick tweeting this. StubHub. All of them. Jason Calacanis. Oh, he's tweeting about the Knicks? Maybe not. StubHub. I buy everything on StubHub. Who owns Ticketmaster? It's owned by Live Nation. Okay, so that's the other one. So, wait, let's do this. StubHub year-over-year revenue. Let's use ChatGPT. Okay, Q3 2025. Wait, let's actually use ChatGPT. We'll look at Live Nation in a second. Let's actually use ChatGPT for this. I want to see like how big it is compared to can you give me StubHub quarterly revenue for the quarterly revenue by quarter for the last 3 years. By the way, if my iPhone could just do this with an OpenClaw, it'd be worth a lot of money. What's the company that are always in David Dobrik vids? Is it SeatGeek? SeatGeek is private, I believe. It's owned by like SeatGeek. No. SeatGeek last raise. They raised it 200 at $1 billion. So it's like a fourth of the size of StubHub. Okay. So they did 300 million, 350 million, 375, 333, 360, 430, 430, 555. 397 million, 430 million, 468 million, 450 million. And then what about Q1? 2026. Then 2026, they did 446. So it isn't exactly like breaking out. So the StubHub one is very interesting because to me, like, this is a printer. Everyone buys tickets. The events that are hot are like the US Open. People are watching tennis. Football season's about to start. Baseball season's in full flesh. And then the other related trade to this is Live Nation. World Cup as well. Like, they're about to print Q2, bro. What? Live Nation is another one. It's worth $37 billion, though. Stock looks really good. It's worth $37 billion. Can you break down Live Nation's revenue sources. Now I think Live Nation had like a monopoly breakup thing, didn't they? Concerts. Okay, Ticketmaster accounts for 3.1 billion. I mean, bro, they make money on live events. Fuck that. I guess maybe. I just want to own the tickets. Can the tickets get arbed out? I don't know. That's their whole business is live concerts. Maybe. Maybe. Dude, they did $31 billion of revenue on ticket sales. That's like 8x StubHub. Explain their concert business and if it's... Trade call centers? No. I'm not trading call centers. They said .com was a bubble. Where's the bubble? I don't understand what that meant. They promote tours and shows. This feels like a mess to me. They run the whole. It's like a fucking food, beverages, VIP parking. Maybe it makes it a better trade. I don't know how to think about this one. They produce festivals globally. Maybe it's better to own it. I mean, it's going up. Full service operation. Maybe that's what you want to own. Do they do sports? Yes, through Ticketmaster. Wow. They represent the players as well. What about Live Nation talent management? Wow, this is a behemoth. Wow. Who do they manage? What artists and athletes are signed to Live Nation? Wow, this is a fucking monster. They own the players too. Jay-Z, Rihanna, Alicia Keys, Meg Thee Stallion, DJ Khaled, Christina Aguilera, J. Cole, Big Sean, Uzi, The Dream, Mustard, Gotti, Miguel. Athletes. Vinicius, Kevin De Bruyne. Holy fuck. Kyler Murray, Andrew Thomas, Ronnie Stanley, Bradley Chubb. They're weak on NBA, NFL. They're really weak on the NBA and NFL. Kyler Murray is the best we can do. No Mahomes. Their best known basketball is LaMelo Ball. They managed $3 billion in contracts. Kyler Murray. These are all like scrubs. Tyree Wilson, I guess. Kyler Murray's contract is not that big. He just signed a new 1 year, 3. Yeah, they make nothing off Kyler Murray. He signed a fucking vet minimum. Makes nothing. Although, like Vinicius, what does he make? $17 million per year. I thought it'd be more. What is a better business for them? Talent, live events, or management? Also, what is their ability to sign new live talent? How much of their It just depends on that. If Vinicius some cut, Vinicius nice, brother. Come on. This is interesting. So it's live events and ticketing. They don't make that much on management. Sports, sponsorship, and advertising. It's mostly concerts. I want sports exposure. It's mostly concerts. I mean, this is a fun trade. This is an interesting one for sure. And so, anyways, there is Live Nation Entertainment. Then there's this, which is an interesting as well, which is the UFC, which is 38 billion. What is there? How much money do they make? UFC forward PE is like 50x. Jesus, they don't make that much fucking money. 50x. The UFC is also an interesting one because it's in a lot of ways like Formula 1, it's like the male version of like the celebrity pop out. They have an entertainer problem though. I fully agree. They have a problem. They have a superstar problem. They have no star power in the UFC. Sean O'Malley sucks. The best fighter in the world, the Dagestanis, they're boring to watch. Sorry. John Jones doesn't want to fight anymore. Israel is not good. He's way past his prime. McGregor sucks. Can't fight. I don't even watch UFC. I know this shit is fraud. All the best fighters are no good, and they're not superstars. Strickland is solid, but he's not marketable. You can't market Sean Strickland. They have no stars. There's no star. Well, I'm going to get there in a second. There's no stars in the UFC. There's nobody. There's no casual stars. Conor McGregor was the best thing they had. Ilya Tapora, fine. Pereira, fine. But, like, these are not... Alex Pereira is not a global superstar. He's just not. He's not like an American star. He's just not. I'm sorry. He's not. Normal people do not know who that is. They don't. Normal people do not know who that is. You need like a LeBron. You need a Wemby, bro. They don't have it. They need a Mike Tyson. They need a Floyd Mayweather. They need a Conor McGregor, and they don't have one. But what they do have is men love this shit, and it's like they need an American star or like a star in America. You need Ronaldo. You need a Messi. Mbappe even 3 years ago. But what they do have is celebrity star power. They have celebrity fucking star power that go to these events. The streamers, the president loves to go. Like they have celebrity
President
star
Trump
power.
loves UFC crowds, and they love him.
New construction is underway for an unprecedented spectacle.
Yeah, the Octagon is coming to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
I think it's going to be the biggest event we've ever had.
There's going to be 4,300 people there, and most of them will be military.
It's going to be a one-of-one type of show.
This is the hottest ticket in town.
This has all of the ingredients needed for the biggest fight in UFC history.
So I like it, but I just am not. The UFC just doesn't do it for me, man. I cannot force myself. As much as I've tried, I cannot force myself to care about the UFC. I can't. I really can't force myself to care about the UFC. And so that leaves 3 other trades. Number 1, AMC. I'm obsessed with this one. $1 billion. Former meme stock. I watched NBA and NFL. I'm obsessed with AMC. I've thought about this stock a lot recently. I cannot stop thinking about this stock, AMC. The movie theaters are sold out. Everybody wants to go. They opened this new can of worms of super cheaply produced YouTuber-led movies that already have an established audience. They don't need to pay massive budgets for these franchise IP dog. Nobody wants to watch another Star Wars movie. Nobody wants to watch Marvel. We're done with $1 billion, trillion $100 billion production budgets. Super done with that. Nobody wants to watch this shit anymore. It's potentially the new era of like influencer-led media. And it could be huge. I'm watching the Odyssey. I'm going to watch this Obsession, and I'm going to watch Backrooms. I really like the AMC trade. It's interesting. The problem is, what if there's a dry spell? I agree. But their revenue this quarter is probably going to be gross. I mean, surely they're going to smack revenue. And so, from that perspective, I'm fired. No, Odyssey doesn't fit into that thesis, but it's just like movies are back, man. You have a new movie stars. Chalamet's back. Like, I think movies are back. And it fits into the IRL thesis. I fucking love AMC. Like, I'm thinking of a basket here where I just put a bag into spot stocks and I buy IRL. Like, Live Nation, AMC, and this, which I didn't even know was a stock, bro. Madison Square Garden Sports Corporation. Look at this. Look at this. Madison Square Garden. The arena. The fucking arena. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's worth $10 billion. Look at this trade. 4P25. It's not that expensive. What does Madison Square Garden own? Wait, they don't own these teams. Wait. They don't own the Knicks, bro. Are you serious? They own the Knicks? Hold on. Everyone take a fucking breather. Take a breath. All right. It's a little confusing. There is MSGS, Madison Square Garden Sports. That is this. Nope. That is this. And they own the Knicks and the Rangers. There's MSGE, Madison Square Garden Entertainment, $3.5 billion. They own the Garden Venue, Radio City, Beacon Chicago Theater, and the Rockettes. MSGE. Let's check that out. What the fuck? Why can't you just make it one thing? Okay. And then there's the Sphere. The Las Vegas Sphere plus MSG Networks. Why couldn't they make it one thing? Which is also up only. That's worth $5 billion. MSG. This is probably what you mean if you're thinking Knicks stock. They own the Knicks, the Rangers, the Westchester Knicks, the Hartford Wolfpack, and the MSG Trading Center. MSGS is assets include the Knicks. Okay. How do they make money? Tickets, suites, sponsorship, league distribution, local media rights, merchandise licensing, and the playoffs. It's not an earnings story. It's a private market franchise trapped in public stock. The Knicks are scarce trophy assets. Okay. The current catalyst is that you can trade them cleanly. Second is MSG Entertainment. This is the venue and live entertainment company. They own Madison Square Garden Arena, So you don't have to bet on the Knicks. You can just bet on the arena. Radio City Music Hall, Beacon Theater. I don't know what any of these are. What is Radio City Music Hall? What is Beacon Theater? The Chicago Theater. In the Rockettes. The Rockettes? MSGE. The fuck is a Rockettes, bro? Is that the little, like, the dancers? I mean, be honest. You're saying, bro, who's going to the Rockettes in the Big 2-6? You're not really going to the Rockettes. Come on, bro. When's the last time you went to the Rockettes? Be honest. Don't fucking sit here and lie to me. You're not going to that shit. You're lying. Oh, you don't really live in New York. When's the last time you went to the Rockettes? Come on, brother. We're done with legacy franchises. We're done with legacy IP. I'm telling you. I'm here to make money. I need the PE to be good. I don't care you bent when you were 7. No. I need you to either you're going every year or it's not a good trade, man. Miss me with this. Oh, 5th grade. Exactly.
Stage. Grew up in Louisiana together.
And inspire.
I'm not retiring on this.
It's a Rockette.
Wait just a second. We have one more thing to share.
We want to say a heartfelt thank you for watching and supporting PBS News.
We're done with the Oprah. We're done with the Rockettes, brother. I'm here for the New York Knicks. They own the Rockettes. This portfolio includes the Garden. They make money from concerts, license fees, food and beverage, suites. This is probably the trade. Yeah. Business is seasonal. The Rockettes matter a lot. Oh, my God. Sold 1.2 million tickets. Highest attendance in 25 years. The fucking Rockettes. I told you, brother. I told you the Rockettes. It's an own the cathedral stock. The Garden is one of the best live event venues on earth. This is the venue scarcity, premium NYC demand, Rockettes cash flow. I fucking told you about the fucking Rockettes, man. Nobody wants to listen to me. After all that, and then you have the Sphere. I don't like this one. Nobody wants to go to Vegas. Nobody wants to go to Vegas. I don't like the Sphere trade at all. As someone who lives in Vegas, you're right. Damn, do you really? You didn't strike me as Vegas. I don't know. You kind of like give me like Florida. Low key. I thought you told me like South Florida. Like Orlando, maybe? Vegas. Yeah, people don't want to go to Vegas. I'm sorry. Like, I hate Vegas. I really do. I don't like Vegas. Yeah, you could gamble on your phone too easily. You know? And so that leaves us. I like MSGE, bro. That is a trade. MSGE. They own the arena. Trades at a 25 forward PE. That is the US Open public? No. That's probably my favorite of the bunch. I like Live Nation. StubHub, maybe. I want to get long this stuff. AMC is some high beta, is interesting. And then there's one other one. Is I really wanted to figure out how to long Equinox. Luxury, exclusive, expensive, IRL, all of it. But Equinox is not public. And so your best bet sucks. And it's Planet Fitness. Oh, fuck. What did I just do? It's Planet Fitness. And I hate this trade. This sucks. It defeats the purpose. It's the antithesis of exclusive and bougie and high status. It's the antithesis of that. Where I'll be watching the game tonight at a billionaire's party, but I'm gonna talk to you after the stream. I really don't want to go. I might not go. I don't feel good. I'm tired. My voice hurts. I've been talking for 3 hours. Learning about MSG. I could have been an MSG, but I'm supposed to go to fucking party. I don't like Planet Fitness as long. I hate this. I'm pretty pro. No way on this. Lululemon, no way. Lululemon is like the op. Lululemon is. You know how I know a guy doesn't have a girlfriend or get a lot of female attention? It's when they tell me they think Lululemon's a good long. I'm like, that was when you were a freshman in college, buddy. Those days are long gone. That's when nope, we're not in college anymore. By the way, I don't hate Planet Fitness at all. I do not judge Planet Fitness goers. I've done many workouts at Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is a fine. I wish they had a bench. It's kind of ridiculous they don't have a bench, but I think Planet Fitness is a very fine gym. But it just doesn't go with the thesis of exclusive, expensive IRL, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just it doesn't go with that thesis at all. And so I don't know if we're missing something else, but I want to get long this idea. I want to get long this idea like in my 401k, you know? I want to get long this idea with like some spot Robinhood type of thought where I just like throw a little bit in there and you see what happens. I never really like bought a long-term stock. And I'm like, what trend do I think is going to accelerate over the next decade? It's this. It's really this. Is there any other IRL proxies that you would long that you think make sense? GME? No. How about pickleball? No. I hate pickleball. I think pickleball's topped. Airbnb. Somebody's market cap. All right. Airbnb. I think the problem with Airbnb is like the people that are really rich are just like not staying in Airbnbs. I could be wrong about that though. I just make that like why did I say that? I just make that up. I wonder sometimes if I just make things up. Like where did that come from? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I just made that up. Yeah, I think I just made that up. I don't really know where that came from. Netflix, no. Walt Disney, no. Sony, no way. Spotify, no. Comcast, no. NetEase, I don't know what this is. No. Warner Bros, no. Nintendo, no. Sea Limited, no. EA, no. Naspers, no. Take-Two, maybe, but no. UFC, maybe. Universal Music Group, maybe. Live Nation, no. Las Vegas Sands, probably not, but what is it? Golf. No. Resorts in Vegas, no way. No thanks. I think resorts are topped. Fuck, resorts are... We're done with resorts. It's like the cruise thing. I'm not interested in resorts. What does Universal Music hold? I did not cover Zcash. I kind of covered Zcash. Oh my god. No. recording music, publishing, brands are. I'm kind of like bearish on live music. Why am I bearish on live music? I don't know why I'm bearish on live music. Maybe that's just like invalidates what I'm saying. Because I just don't love live music. Maybe that's why. No, Ackman sold. Orient to Olan. What is that? What is that? Japanese tourism. That's decent. Formula One Aristocrat. What's that? Aristocrat. Leisure. It's an Australian gambling machine manufacturer. Oh, God. Flutter Entertainment. Warner Bros. Tencent. DraftKings. It's crazy that's entertainment. Churchill Downs. No. No way. Horse racing? Whoa. Whoa. I like that. Six Bs. Dude, the Kentucky Derby, I think is gonna be hot. I would love to go to a fucking horse race. That's some real, like, I like that. That is a very interesting one. Huh. The problem is they race like once a year. It's not gonna do it, man. Once a year is not gonna do it for me. Red Rock Resort, Caesars, all this shit is dead. MGM dead. Mattel, is that Barbie? Thoughts on theme parks? I don't think I'm the best barometer for this. I think Fade though. I'm not a big theme park guy. I'm more of like a I'm more like a fair guy. Or like, yeah, less kids too. No one's having kids. We want a long, like, no kid activities. Like High Rocks is I have no kids. Jet charter companies. Long cat food. Jet charter companies. Jet charter companies. Let's see, actually. Public stock jet charter companies. Uber is I have no kids long. No, why is it the no kids long? All right, Wheels Up Experience Inc. Oh, because you have no cars. You have no cars. Wheels Up, ticker up. Jet charter company. Ooh. Yeah, I don't want to be in the airplane business, bro. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. I don't want to be in the airplane business at all. I don't want to be in the business of like large automobiles or large transportation vehicles. Cruises, fuck that. Boats, fuck that. Jets, fuck that. Cars, fuck that. I don't want to be in any of that shit. I don't want to be in any of these businesses. Movie theaters. Now that. What are your thoughts on logistics? What does that mean? Golf. What about golf courses? Biggest public golf. Titleist? Golf. Largest, it's with market cap of 5.2 billion. Owns the top equipment and apparel brands, including Titleist and FootJoy. Call it Titlist. Ticker golf. I don't hate that. All the cool kids are into golf. $5B. That looks pretty good. Also, Callaway. They bought Topgolf a while back, but I don't think it went very well. Doc, you already missed the golf run. Yeah, it was kind of COVID, wasn't it? That was a good COVID long. What else? Madison Square Garden. Chat, do you golf? Six Flags, no way. Well, everyone here plays golf. What the fuck? You run a golf course? What? Really? Is it booming right now? How is business compared to like COVID highs? 100K last month. Damn, 5 hours straight outside feels like misery for me. It's like, nah. Whoa. Golf is mooning. Golf. Wow. Membership of my local courses sell it each year. Gun sport also booming. 100K, that's like 2,000 rounds of golf in a month. It's a lot of rounds. I don't know how to do math on this. Everyone here in there is 30s. It's in the 30s, LMAO. Your ancestors used to be outside 24/7. Yeah, I'm not my fucking ancestors. The play my course is having. It's crazy. Where is your course? Do you mind me asking? You don't have to say if you don't want, but I'm curious. USA Trucking Logistics. That's out of my league, dude. I can't with the logistics stuff. Wow. The driving range. I used to love a drive. I got a bad shoulder though, man. The resident schizo in my Telegram chat has fully rotated flipping golf balls and he claims it's a full-blown bull. Hey, doctor, what golf brands do people rock? They rocking Callaway, Titleist. What do like the cool kids wear? What are the cool kids rocking? Pro V1. That's Ben. I used to work on a golf course, by the way. It's my only real job ever. I worked on a golf course. Wow. Travis, T-Mac. I don't even know what that is. Malin. You know why I fuck with golf? Y'all know Big John golfs? There's a Big John smokes. Big John golfs. I watch this kid every day, bro. I watch some real brain rot shit, by the way, in my free time. Y'all fuck with Big John golfs or no? I'm a huge fan. Fog it up. Not proud of it, man enough to say it. I watch him at all heart. I watch him every day. I love him. Wow. He did get a little bit annoying, but I'm a huge fan. Big John, if you're watching this and you're a trader, I fuck with you, OG. All right. This is a fun stream. I am fascinated by this theme. I would call it a little social arbitrage, if you will. I was supposed to talk about Michael Saylor, but I didn't. But the one thing I will talk about really quick is that this is a really tough trade from here. This is a really tough trade from here. I am, for some reason, attracted to this coin so intensely that I find myself in it all the time. I'm probably going to be done with it for a while. I think if you trade this, here's the thing. The problem with it is if you're trading it now, the only way to really think about it is like in and out. And so I would want to trade perps, but it should probably be a spot long-term underwrite this fucking thing for 5 years type of trade, or else it's not worth it. I think it's going to be a whipsaw from here, and I think it's going to be very difficult to instill real confidence over a long-term horizon in this coin. We'll see what happens when the Orchard update thing comes out and we can resolve whether or not coins were duplicated or not. I just think at the end of the day, like, I think the idea of private money is ridiculously important. I think I mean, guys, I think it's like imperative for the future of the world that we have private money. The thing about it is, why does that private money have to be a speculative token is a little bit, I don't know. Why does it have to fluctuate in value? Why does it have to go up and down? Why can't it be private dollars? Why can't it be private stable coins? Why can't it be private swaps? And in a lot of ways, private money, private speculative asset is great for bag working and to making money. But if we're really just going sheerly off of convenience and purpose and usability and sustainability, it's probably private swaps. And so it's probably private stables. And I love the private asset thing because I want to trade it. I want to make money. But at the end of the day, like after something like this happens, you don't really need to know what the supply of hidden dollars is, because at some point of the way USDT is backed by USDT and it's backed by dollars, and it just works. You don't need to know if there was more there can't be more USDT printed, right? If you could just do private swaps on top of it. And so I think that this is going to be a inflection point for sure in the privacy thing, and it's going to be harder to defend private speculative asset in the future, because I don't know why you would really want to go that direction other than you want aggressive pumps. So that's why I think things like Near, Railgun, whatever can do private on top, I think serves a real purpose. It makes me a little bit sad because I think that there was a Zcash to 5K to 10K run in the cards that I'm not sure if it happens now, but it makes me proud that I think we're some of the best in the world at understanding narrative, attention, and flows, and spending all day, every day brain rotting and paying attention to what's happening. And we found this very, 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 very early, and a lot of people in this chat made money from it. I just think we're the best in the business, man. I believe that. I think we're the best in the fucking business. Also, yes, USDT/USDC can be frozen even in private pools. That's a problem. I don't know what the solution is, but I do think we're the best in the fucking business. We're the best in the business. And this stream is going to get really good. At some point between now and Thursday, we have to do an IPO stream and just figure out what we're going to do. I don't know how to even game theory out SpaceX, but I guess it's time. I guess it's time for me to do it. I guess it's time. I guess it's time. Also, do you enjoy the stream better or worse when I'm dripped to the fucking core in a suit? Good, because I wear a suit every day now. That's the new bit. And if you ever And I mean, if you ever catch me wearing the same suit twice, you can leave. You ever catch me in the same suit twice, you can leave. Permission. You can leave. Call me a bad word. You can do whatever you need to do. Let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens as far as the suit thing goes. And we'll go from there. Stream. Hey, go watch the Knicks. Go watch the fucking Knicks. Go watch the Knicks. IRL. Go watch the Knicks. Tomorrow, we will do some Sailor stuff. I didn't want to do it today. I wanted to talk about other stuff. I get bored. There's other stuff I want to talk about. We'll do it tomorrow. We're going to do IRL. Or I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do fun stuff. I love. Do you like the stream today, or are you bored? Like it? Like it? You like it more or less in between? What do you think? More, better, worse, better, worse, better, worse, better, worse, better, worse, better, worse, better, worse. How long the suits? A good question. Men's Warehouse, maybe. Love the research streams. Cool. I liked today. I thought today was fun. Go watch the Knicks. Hey, you know what they say, man? Everybody better than Jalen Brunson until it's time to be Jalen fucking Brunson. I'll catch you when I catch you. I'll see you. Have a great rest of the day.